New day, new mindset. What's up, beloved? Cash, I see you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. T Benz, what's up, family? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Good morning to you all. New day, new mindset. New day, new mindset. Yesterday's mindset won't solve today's problems. I'll just give you that news flash. Yesterday's mindset will not solve today's problems. Yesterday's mindset will not build tomorrow's kingdom. And what's up, beloved? Got my Tara in the building. Maywood, what's up, beloved? Maywood, I got to get back to you too on that idea that you came up with. But just so you know, I love the idea about the chess pieces. I love that. I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but just so you know, I'm locked in. Yep, we got to dominate. Sabrina, I see you. What's up, beloved? Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Sabrina's in the building. Got my Maywood in the building. Boss, I see you. Elizabeth, what's going on? Mr. KMP, let's get it. I appreciate you. Yeti Berry, let's go. Tammy, what's up? What's up? What's up, Tammy? Okay, I got you. I got you, Maywood. I got you, beloved. I got you. Just know that I got you. Know that I got you. I get like 1,000 messages a day, man. That's crazy. AD, what's going on, AD? Jessica, yeah, you already know. You already know. You already know. Sabrina, you said you're ready to climb the mountain. We getting ready to do it, beloved. We getting ready. We going high today. Capo. Yeah, we're going high today. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm telling you now, if you like your little phone, you might want to scroll past this live stream. If you like the phone you have right now, you may want to scroll to a different live stream. I'm just gonna give you that news flash right now. I'm telling you now. If you don't want your phone to freeze up on you later, you might want to scroll past. Tam, what's up, beloved? Capo, you said you need it today? Yeah, T-Benz, I'm gonna need you to drive the Ferrari today because we're going fast today. I'm telling you, we hitting every corner. School zones and everything. We tearing everything up. Ellie, what's up, beloved? What's up? Good morning to you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Jincy, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Capo, don't even worry. Don't even trip. I got you. I got you. You just kick your feet up. Let me do the rest. You in good hands like Allstate. All you got to do is kick your feet up right now. I got you from here. For the next couple hours, I got you for sure. Heavenly, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Ellie's got my Ellie in the building. What's up, Ellie? So good to see you, beloved. She's been with me a long time. Ellie, how long have you been rocking with me? How long have you been rocking with me now? Honey man, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. New Mexico is in the building. A year? Yeah, we've been rocking. It's a long time. It's a long time. The Alchemist, I see you. Robin Perry, what's up, beloved? Do me a favor again, you guys. Do me a favor, share or repost the live. Yeah, Ellie, I know your transformation has been crazy. I can only imagine. I wish I could see both versions of you, right? Who you were and then who you become. And then we're still on that journey, right? Of you becoming something greater than you already are. But I love who you are right now. That's where I'm centered on. Again, good morning to you guys. Peace and blessings to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Let me just say this to you guys. The very mindset that you are protecting right now might be the one that's blocking your biggest breakthrough. For some of you guys, the very mindset that you are protecting might be the one that's blocking your biggest breakthrough. It just might be the one, because you can't stack new habits on top of broken ones. And for some of you guys, you're acquiring all of this powerful information, which I love, but you're piling that information on top of who you've always been. See, we need a demolition. We don't need to remodel who you used to be. We're not trying to redecorate who you used to be. There needs to be a complete demolition of who you used to be and build a brand new you. Because the mindset that used to settle for less is not the same mindset that's going to build your tomorrow. The mindset that used to edit yourself and tolerate less than you deserve is not the same mindset that's going to build the life that you want. But two completely different versions of you. The version of you that God needs you to become and the version of yourself that you are right now are two completely different versions of you. So life is not about what you are willing to walk toward. Life is about what you will walk away from. Self-awareness is not about addition, beloved. People think it's about addition. It's about adding all of these new things. No, it's really about subtraction. It's what are you willing to subtract? Not just so much what are you willing to add, but we can all add things. Adding is easy. You've been adding things your whole life. You're a master at adding things to your life, but we're not masters at subtracting what no longer serves us, what no longer adds value to us. That's where we suffer. I don't have a problem in the world with knowing that you can add something to yourself. Of course you can. You've been doing it your whole life. But what are you willing to walk away from? To become what you want to be, what are you willing to walk away from? Are you willing to walk away from that version of yourself that you become when no one else is watching? Are you willing to walk away from that version of yourself that used to settle for less than you deserve? Are you willing to walk away from the version of yourself that procrastinated and lacked self-discipline? Are you willing to walk away from the version of yourself that used to walk on eggshells? Are you willing to walk away from that version of yourself that used to stay in relationships past the expiration date? Because that's what self-awareness requires. There's versions of you that you need to walk away from. Sabrina, what's up, beloved? Northern, I see you. What's up, beloved? Iris, what's going on, beloved? So good to see you. Real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share or repost the live. Ellie, what's up, beloved? Share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Yeah, because that part right there, because all of those versions of you were operating out of lower mind. You've got lower mind and higher mind. Lower mind is your ego. It's your pain. It's the identity you built around your pain. It's your childhood trauma. It's your shadow. It's your programming and conditioning, your persona, your reputation. All of that's lower mind. Higher mind is consciousness. Higher mind is awareness. Higher mind is unconditional love. Higher mind is self-mastery and emotional intelligence. That's higher mind. 9 out of 10 people that you meet are operating from lower mind, and that's the very person that you try to rush to add to your life. See, I tell you guys this all the time. You don't ever date the person, you date their programming. That's why relationships fail, because we're so caught up on the person. But it's not the person that you date. What you date is their programming, because their programming is going to determine how they treat you, how they show up for you, what their definition of loyalty is, what their definition of commitment is, what their definition of honesty is, whether or not they're a good person. Programming determines that. So I don't give a damn how beautiful, how handsome, how buff, how strong, how banging her body may be. That's not what you're in a relationship with. Those aren't the things that's going to make you walk away. People walk away from some of the most beautiful people in the world, not because they stopped being beautiful, but because they couldn't deal with the programming anymore. They couldn't deal with that person's ego anymore. They couldn't deal with their trauma and all of the unhealed versions of themselves that kept emerging in the relationship. It's some gorgeous people standing in the divorce court right now. I'm talking about some drunk, dead, gorgeous people that'll make you sit and be like, damn, who walked away from that? So you're never in the relationship with the person. You're in the relationship with their trauma. You're in the relationship. See, you don't just inherit a person. You inherit their pain. You inherit their trauma. You inherit all of the unhealed versions of themselves and the identity they built around that. That's what you inherit. Well, you're dealing with that yourself. So once you get past the honeymoon phase of the relationship, you sit here stuck with something that you didn't want to deal with. Now you got a whole other human being in your life, a whole human being in your life with the same trauma that you have, because we meet people on the same level of psychological wounds that we carry. So that person was an energetic match to everything you've been avoiding. So you didn't meet another person, you met you wearing someone else's face. Let me see how many people fully understand what I just said. You think you're meeting other people. You meeting your pain wearing somebody else's face. You think you're meeting other people. You're meeting your trauma wearing someone else's face. You think you're meeting other people. You're meeting all of your unhealed wounds wearing someone else's face. That's all you've ever met. Jessica, what's up, love? That part right there, T-Bids. Yeah, and for some of you guys, you know, closure means allowing your heart to catch up to what your spirit already knows. You don't need closure from people. You can never get closure from a person, because most people are only going to tell you what they think you want to hear. So you never, ever, ever try to receive closure from someone else. Your job is to allow your heart to catch up with what your spirit already knows. That's closure. Closure is the gift you give yourself. It's not what comes from other people. Closure comes from the meaning you assign to what they said. So you already have the closure in you. You're going to attach meaning to what they said, and you're going to unlock a feeling that's going to give you some level of security. And then you're going to call that closure. But you already had that in you before you ever talked to the person. I wonder how many people fully understand what I'm saying right now. Tracy, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. All right, we going to the bottom of the ocean. I'm telling you that now. See, so what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. Queen Ella, what's up, beloved? All right, let's get busy, getting busy. We've got some deep diving to do. Again, do me a favor real quick. Type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Let me see how many first timers we have. Latina Realtor, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Josh, I see you. Let me see how many first timers before we. Lavelle, I see you. Kate, I see you. Cookie, I see you. Okay. You can see you got that diving suit on. I love it. Real quick. So just for anyone that's new to the platform, welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness. I specialize in helping my students and clients become the most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? My book is a bestseller. It is a game changer. You know, I don't really hype the book like I should, you know, because I'll put that book up against any book written. That book right there, I don't give a damn what book you pull up. I don't care what book you go grab. I will put that book up against any book ever written. That book right there. Having said that, I've been coaching people for a little bit over 2 decades now. And, you know, what people fail to understand is that you're both the problem and the solution to your life. You know, you're the problem because your mind creates all of your problems. Your programming and conditioning is what creates your problems. You're the solution because at any point in time, you can raise your level of consciousness above the level you were at when you originally created the problem to begin with. Problems are God's way of asking you to raise your level of consciousness. It's his way of asking you to raise your level of understanding, because it's your programming that's creating the problem, not reality. Reality doesn't create our problems. People don't create our problems. Our expectations create our problems. Our programming creates our problems. Our unhealed wounds creates our problems. Our ego creates the problems, but not people and not reality. People can only give you what you allow. People can only give you what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you won't walk away from. So, we blame people, and I get that part, but you're just always going to stay a slave to the situation and your circumstances until you realize that I create all of my own problems, not the people, not my circumstances, not life, just me. In that moment, you start the process of becoming the most powerful version of yourself. And that's just a very freeing thing, and that's just radical accountability. It's just radical accountability to say, I create my own problems. I create the problem. I'll deal with it. I'm not going to blame this person. I'm not going to blame my parents. I'm not going to blame my circumstances. I'm not going to blame my partner. I'm not going to blame life. I'm not going to blame the job, because you never become powerful that way. You never become powerful that way. You're going to always be a slave to the situation. You'll never be powerful that way. And so you just, it's my mind. I stayed in the situation longer than I should have, coach. That was the problem. I tolerated things that I shouldn't have, coach. That was the problem. I didn't walk away when I should have, coach. That was the problem. I showed up as a lesser version of myself. That was the problem. I shrank in the moment when I shouldn't have. That was the problem. I did not speak my truth. That was the problem. I allowed that person to repeatedly give me less than I deserve. That was the problem. Just living your truth. Just living your truth. It's not hard. It's not a math problem. We've all done it before, but if you don't live in your truth, you'll never become powerful. You gotta live in your truth. Again, do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Yeah, Josh, that's where your power lives. Your power, see, the journey to self-mastery starts with transparency. The journey to self-mastery starts with truth. What does that mean? There can be no more illusions in my life. There can be no more fantasies in my life. There can be no more versions of me that trying to see someone through their potential and not through the reality of who they are. Well, what's the problem with that? Because when you look at someone through their potential, you blind yourself to who's showing up in this moment. See, the only reason why you look at their potential is because you don't like who they are right now. Oh, they got potential, but you don't really like what's showing up right now. That's the reason why we say that. See, we say people have potential to justify why we hang on to the person right now. Because the version of them that's showing up right now really is out of alignment with what you want. So you use that story, oh, they got potential. But you would never have to say that if the person was what you needed them to be in that moment. See, potential keeps you blind to the reality of who they are, right? Your they might become one day stories keeps you blind to the reality of who they are. And that's why we end up in situations, because what you got to understand is you don't ever see people's potential. You only see your own. And I wish people would understand that. I really wish people would understand that. You lack the ability to see someone's potential. If you can tell me you see someone's potential, you can also tell me that you read their thoughts. If you can tell me you can read their thoughts, then I would say, yes, you can see their potential. But you can't see what's in someone else's mind. You can't see what's in their heart. You can't see their soul. You can't see their spirit. You can't see their level of consciousness. You can't see their level of emotional intelligence. You can't see their level of awareness. So you can't see their potential. You only see yours, because everything is you pushed out. Every person you see is only wearing the face of something that's missing in you. Every person you see is wearing the face of something that's broken in you. Or every person you see is wearing the face of something that you have the potential to become. Life only shows you who you are. And the day that you fully understand that, you'll stop thinking that you're looking at someone else's potential. What you're looking at is what you would do if you were them. You're looking at what moves you would make if you were them. And then you take what's in your mind and you project it onto the other person. That's what you're seeing. And this is why most people don't live up to your potential, because the potential that you have is not the same potential that lives in their mind. That's the problem. Yeah, you don't see people's potential. Potential is an inside job. How you see that? If you could see their potential, then you could have seen it. Let me say it this way. If you could see their potential, then why couldn't you see when they was lying to you? If you could see their potential, then why couldn't you see when they was getting ready to cheat? If you could see their potential, then why didn't you know that they were getting ready to manipulate you? I'm talking about so you could see through the person. That's what you're saying, right? You're saying you could see their potential, even though potential is an inside job. So if you could see their potential, you should have seen the fact that they were going to cheat on you. You should have seen the fact that they were lying to you. You should have seen that disrespect coming a mile away, because if you could see potential, you should be able to see disrespect too, right? No, you don't see what's in them. You only see what's in you being projected onto them. You sitting here getting blindsided by the fact that this person cheated on you, but you can see their potential. You getting blindsided by the fact that they lied to you, but you can see their potential. Okay, well, the same vision that saw their potential, why did that vision see the lies coming? Why didn't that vision see the cheating coming? Why didn't that version of you see the disrespect coming? I'm just saying, so you can see it. So you claiming you can see it. What we doing here? Just the key. What's up, beloved? All right, let's get busy getting busy. Yeah, Reese, we don't see people's potential, beloved. I wish. We just see us being projected on the other people. People are just a blank canvas that we project our inner state onto them. We've been doing it. Every person does that. All right, let's get busy getting busy. We got mouths to climb. Enough with the appetizers. I keep that part right there, Queen Ella. I'm telling you guys, if there was anything that I would tell people, just in case you never see me again, just in case you never come back to this live stream again, just in case, I'm gonna give you something that you don't have to be self-aware to understand. I'm gonna give you something that you don't have to be a master of self to understand. You ain't gotta sit and talk to a guru to understand what I'm getting ready to say next. Stop seeing people through labels. Whatever you do, stop seeing people through labels. That's my mom. That's my friend. That's my brother. That's my husband. That's my wife. Because the label keeps you blind to who they really are. And let me tell you why. Because the label is emotionally charged. The moment you place a label on someone, you emotionally charge the label. And that emotion keeps you blind. Why? Because you're not supposed to see reality through your emotions. You see people for the energy that they bring to your life specifically. That's the only thing you should be paying attention to. Damn the label. The label's gonna keep you blind. Do you like who you become in that person's presence? It's a simple yes or no. Do you become more of yourself in their presence or less? It's a simple yes or no. Do they honor your presence? Do they honor your words or do they not? It's a simple yes or no. Life is not a math problem. It's not something that should take you long to figure out. Every single person that you come in contact with, your energy field is coming in contact with their energy field. And in that moment, you either feel empowered or you feel disempowered. You feel like you're being honored in that moment or you feel like you're being disrespected. You feel like you're in the presence of love or you're in the presence of that person's pain. Life is simple, beloved. It's easy. If I don't like who I become in your presence, I won't be in your presence anymore. And that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad person. I just don't like the way I feel when I'm around you. You see people, I don't give a damn if it's your kids. I don't care if it's your mom or your dad. I don't care if it's your significant other. If some of you guys are staying in situations and you don't like who you become in their presence, but you're staying with the person. You staying with the person. I know people that have fully grown adult kids. Kids talk to them like they a dog. I'm talking about kids so damn disrespectful, cursing the mom out, cursing the dad out. But that's my daughter, but she don't act like one. But that's my husband, but he doesn't act like one. But that's my sister, but she don't act like one. Get out all them labels out your life. See people for the energy that they bring to your life, period. Or stay asleep. Keep living in your pain. Keep living in your suffering. Keep living in your trauma. Because that's exactly what's happening. Every time that person talks disrespectfully to you, you create a new wound. Every single time that person treats you less than you deserve, a new wound gets created in you. So you got all these wounds coming from your daughter, all these wounds coming from your friend, all these wounds coming from your husband or your wife. That's what you're going after in life. And then every new person that you meet is going to come in wearing the face of all of the wounds that the old person created. What are we doing here? You go off the energy, not the person. Damn the label. We got time for labels. Labels are one of the things that, if you're going to rock with labels, you might as well put a blindfold on your face. You ain't going to be able to see no more with the blindfold than you will with the label. The blindfold is going to blind you. The label is going to blind you. Got time for no labels? No, I'm going to go off the energy you bring to my life. I love who I become in your presence. Guess what? I'm going to keep coming back. You don't have to become attached, and I don't have to become attached, because I love who I become in your presence, or I don't like it, and I move away. Somebody else may enjoy what you bring. I just don't. That's the most important thing in the world, man. That's self-awareness 101. When you got to drop them labels. That's my husband. He disrespecting the hell out of you. That's my wife. She disrespecting the hell out of you. That's my kids. Coach, they disrespectful as hell to you. They don't act like you nothing special. They don't treat you like you something special. They talk to you like you a regular person on the street. Yeah, man, I wish I would. I'm allergic to disrespect. I don't know nothing about it. I'm allergic to it. Baba, what's up, beloved? That part right there, Iris, that part right there, beloved. Come on, Reese. I'm talking about, I just instantly go to break it out. As soon as the disrespect show up, I just go to break it out. I go to itching and scratching, and I got to get out of here quick. I need some Benadryl and some more things. Let me get away from here first, though. See, I tell you guys this all the time. The reason why people disrespect you is because they no longer honor your presence. Let me say that one more time, because some of y'all on here, just you got a little bit too much sugar in your game right now. The reason why people disrespect you is because they no longer honor your presence. Let me say that one more time. Hopefully your ego will hear me on the next one. The reason why people disrespect you is because they no longer honor your presence. The reason why they disrespect you is because they no longer honor having access to you. They don't honor it anymore, beloved. I don't know if you've been around a person too much. I don't know if you've done too much. I don't know if you've edited yourself too much to be around this person. But the reason why people disrespect you is because they are no longer afraid to lose you. They no longer place value on your presence. When a person doesn't place value on your presence, disrespect shows up. I am not afraid to lose you. That's why I'm disrespecting you. I ain't afraid to lose you. You sit here explaining yourself and why you treat me that way, why you talk to me like that, I don't deserve that. I'm your mother. You don't get that version of you out of there. That's the version of you. And then you come to me, coach, fix me. No, let's get rid of that version of you first. Let's get rid of that I'm your mother version of you. She got to go, because I don't want to coach her. She got too many weaknesses. I'm your mother. Why are you talking to me like that? No, she got to go. I can't coach her. She got way too much sugar in her. You need to be working at hostess with that version of you, so you can sugarcoat all them donuts, because I can't coach that out of you. We need to get rid of her quick. Leave her at the Dollar Tree. She need to go straight to the Dollar Tree and be working at the cash register. The first cash register. That other one don't work. Wynette, what's up, beloved? Monica, what's up, beloved? I'm playing crass serious right now. I don't do disrespect. I don't give a damn who it is. And the fact that that's your kids should really be the reason why they respect you. When did respect get lost? When I'm trying to figure out, when did it get lost? I understand the fact that it's here, but when did it get lost? She got to go though. That's all I'm saying. But Sean, what's up, beloved? Let's get busy getting busy. Yeah, we don't do disrespect. Y'all know that. That's one of my biggest things. Because you're not going to heal that way. People don't understand that. I tell you guys this all the time. Trauma is not some major event. Trauma is unresolved stress in your body that you don't deal with in that moment. And then you walk away from the situation. Monica, I love you too, beloved. That's trauma. Let me say that one more time so that you understand. Trauma is not some major event. Trauma is not some 7, 8 car pile up on the freeway somewhere. Trauma can be any event where you experience stress in that moment and you don't do anything about it, and then you leave the situation with that situation unresolved. That creates trauma. Trauma doesn't come from what you experience. Trauma comes from the story you get ready to create about what you just experienced. Because you're going to be thinking about that situation the whole way home. You're going to be thinking about it in the shower. You're going to be thinking about it at work, and you're doing so much damage to your body in that moment. People think that trauma comes from the situation. It doesn't. Trauma comes from you over obsessing about the situation that you didn't have the courage to deal with at that time. That's what creates your trauma. And then that's a whole new wound. And then here comes Johnny Nobody walking down the street who's going to be wearing the face of your trauma. Then you sit here wondering why you in toxic relationship after toxic relationship, because he's not attracted to who you are right now. He's attracted to the version of you that tolerates the disrespect. He's attracted to the version of you that doesn't speak your truth. He's attracted to the version of you that doesn't protect you, doesn't shield you. That's who he's coming in to wear the face of. Nah, she's got to go, man. Today. Not I'll work on it, coach. Not one day. Not okay, I'm gonna try. We ain't got time for none of that. We need to get rid of that version of you. That's the version of you that just said I'm gonna work on it. She got to go too. The version of you that said I'm gonna try, she got to go too. All those versions, you have to go immediately. That's a decision. I will never tolerate disrespect again from this moment. That's a decision. I don't need to work up to that. I don't need to climb the mountain. I don't need to swim across the ocean and fight great white sharks. I don't need to go and talk to the guru who's doing yoga at the top of the mountain. I don't need to do anything. I need to make a decision. Be the greatest. What's up, beloved? Yeah, Jessica, yeah, we ain't doing no town hall meetings. We ain't gonna do no family sit-down gatherings. We ain't doing none of that. That's a decision. If you can't honor my presence, you won't have access to me. That's not open for discussion or debate. That's not open for discussion or debate. If you don't honor my presence, you just won't have access to me. That's simple. That's a simple rule. You can't stand on that. That's what you're telling me with a straight face. You can't stand on that. That's not hard to do. That part right there, T-Bids. Yeah, that's not hard to do. Because that's what I'm gonna do. When I'm in your presence, when I'm in your presence, beloved, I'm gonna honor your presence, beloved. I'm gonna honor having access to you. I'm going to honor having, I don't give a damn we sitting in the park. I don't give a damn we sitting in a tent. I don't give a damn we sitting in a $10 million house. I'm going to honor your presence because you know things that I don't know. And I know things that you don't know. And I know the value of a synergistic relationship. And I also know this. The same energy that it takes me to disrespect you is the same energy that it takes me to respect you. The same energy that it takes for me to hate you is the same energy that it takes for me to love you. The same energy that it takes for me to not place value on you is the same energy that it takes for me to love the version of yourself that's showing up in this moment. It all takes the same amount of energy. Love and hate require the same amount of energy. Faith and fear require the same amount of energy. Doubt and belief require the same amount of energy. I understand that. So I'll take the same amount of energy. The very person that's not loving you, the same energy that they're using to not love you is the same amount of energy that it takes to love you. You didn't catch what I just said? I said the same person that you're waking up next to every single day that's not loving you the way you want to be loved, that takes energy for them not to do that. So the same energy that it takes for them to not love you is the same energy that it takes for them to love you. It's the same energy. That's a decision that they're making not to do it. Let me just turn your alarm clock on. That's a decision that they're making not to do it. That part right there, Lynetta, that's a choice, beloved. So you sitting here waking up every single day, waiting for this person to jumpstart their love again, waiting for this person to jumpstart the affection again, waiting for this person. There ain't no jumpstarting, beloved. Once love walks out the door, you don't jumpstart love. Love isn't something that can be jumpstarted. Your question has to be, what made them stop loving you to begin with? What made the passion go away to begin with? What made the fire go out to begin with? Because the same person that won't give it to you will leave the relationship with you and go give somebody else everything they wouldn't give you. That's how it works. And the reason why that happens is because people get desensitized to your presence. That's what happens. It's one of the craziest things in the world. People get desensitized to your presence. This is why you have to be in a constant state of growth. You're never going to get an opportunity to get tired of me because I'm never the same version of me. I'm never the same version of me. See, yesterday's version of me is gone. So my partner always gets a new version of me. Every single day when I wake up, the first thing I do is get a divorce from who I was yesterday. I don't want to hear about yesterday's problems. I don't want to hear about yesterday's version of me. I don't want to hear about what went wrong yesterday. I don't give a damn about what mistakes were made yesterday. Today's a new day. New day, new mindset. New day, new mindset. New day, new attitude. New day, new mentality. I'm attacking the day. I'm on the hunt for who I have yet to become. I'm not trying to hang on to who I used to be. That's where your suffering is coming from. You keep hanging on to who you used to be. Some of you guys have been who you used to be for decades now. You ain't let go. You ain't haven't let go of that version of you. Rasha, what's up, beloved? New day, new mindset, brand new you. That's what the day is. You're supposed to approach each new day. Each new day is a new opportunity, beloved. You ain't experienced today. But yesterday's version of you has no business experiencing today. Today didn't show up with problems. Problems come from who you were yesterday. You ain't caught that. That's how you know when you're out of alignment. That's how you know that you're out of alignment. See, today didn't create problems. When you woke up this morning, there were no problems. All your problems came from yesterday's version of you, and the day before's version of you, and the day before's version of you, and you keep bringing all of those versions of you to the present moment, which is why you're stuck. This is why you're stuck. New day, new mindset, new day, new you. That's how we're supposed to wake up. Every single day when you wake up, beloved, you are reborn into this day. You are reborn into this day. But you can't keep bringing who you used to be into this brand new day. This day is brand new, light as a feather. All your problems come from your life situation, not from your life. Your life is this moment. Your life situation is everything that happened to you leading up to this moment. Okay, well, what's the problem? You keep dragging your life situation into the present moment. See, if you don't master your mind, you'll be mastered by it. My mind knows that when I wake up in the morning, don't bring nothing old to me. My mind already knows that. And this just comes through repetition, and this just comes through training. Your mind works the same way as my mind does. I'm not telling you anything special right now. I'm just the manifestation of what it looks like when you master yourself. Problems don't get to rent space in my mind for free. Problems belong at your feet, not on some pedestal in your mind. I wish I would have a problem living in my mind. That's too much rent. Some of you guys are paying emotional rent to yesterday's version of you. That's what creates the depression. You're paying emotional rent to yesterday's version of you. Emotional rent to who you used to be. Emotional rent to your childhood trauma. And then when you do that, it's going to leave you mentally and spiritually bankrupt. For some of you guys, you keep bankrupting the future version of you because you're making decisions that only benefit the current version of you. That's also how you know that you're out of alignment. And that's another reason why some of you guys are stuck, because again, you're only making decisions that benefit this version of you. You're not even thinking about the future version of you. That's why the future version of you can't ever make it, because it's already heavy. The future version of you is dealing with problems that all the previous versions you created. All right, let me get busy. Let me get into this live stream. We didn't even started the live. Let me start the live. I'm all off track. Jazz, what's up, beloved? I'm all off track right now. Ray, I see you. Yeah, Tracy, I'm all off track, beloved. I'm all in Oklahoma somewhere. Yeah, Monica, I'm telling you, that was we ate appetizers. We ate some appetizers. The appetizer was good, but man, we got to get busy. We're going to be late to the party. Yvette, what's up, beloved? Again, spirit never sends an enemy. It only sends a teacher. Spirit never sends an enemy. It only sends a teacher. You don't have external enemies. What you have is people wearing the face of versions of yourself that you edited to be what someone else needed you to be. And hopefully you guys will understand that. The enemies that you need to defeat are not the ones outside of you. The enemies that you need to defeat are the ones that live in here. We worry about the thief that will steal our car. We worry about the thief that may get our ATM PIN code. We worry about the thief that may gain access to our social media profiles. But what about the thief that's robbing you of your happiness? What about the thief in your mind that's robbing you of unconditional love? What about the thief in your mind that's robbing you of your joy and happiness? See, nothing outside of you could ever hurt you more than what you are doing to yourself. We can get another car. That's easy. We can get another ATM PIN number. That's easy. We can get another social media profile. That's easy. Will you remove the thief in your mind that's blocking your happiness? Will you remove the thief in your mind that's blocking the unconditional love in you? That's what's important, because all of those things are keeping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. And they have you operating at the lowest vibrational frequency. That's the thief we need to get rid of. I ain't worried about the person taking my car. I'm not worried about the person who may figure out my PIN number. What I'm worried about is the thief in my mind that's robbing me of my natural happiness, that's robbing me of my essence, that has me staying in relationships past the expiration date. What about that thief? See, we talk about this all the time. The most difficult enemy in the world to overcome is the one that you actually like. That's the one that's hurting you. We get the external enemies. It's easy to remove yourself from an external enemy. Somebody criticizes you, somebody disrespects you, somebody treats you less than you deserve. Those people are easy to remove. But what about the enemy that you like? What about the enemy that you love? That adult content, you love it. That gambling, you love it. The drinking and the smoking, you love it. The pills that you take to numb yourself to your pain, you love it. See, the hardest enemy to overcome is the one that you actually like. The endless scrolling on social media, you love it. The binge watching Netflix episodes, you love it. The food that you consume that's out of alignment with with you being in the best health, you love it. The procrastination, you love it. The excuses that we make so that we can remain the same, you love it. See, those aren't the enemies. Your external enemies are the ones you need to be focused on. It's the enemies that live in your mind. Because when I remove the enemies here, I simultaneously remove the ones living outside of me as well. The most difficult enemy in the world to overcome is the one that you actually like. How do you slay that dragon? How do you slay the dragon that you love? How do you slay the dragon that allows you to avoid your pain? How do you slay the dragon that numbs you to your pain? How do you slay the dragon that allows you to not have to deal with what you've been avoiding this entire time? How do you slay that dragon? Because that dragon can't be slayed by the most powerful version of you, because it's keeping you from that version of you. That dragon is slayed by the version of you that reaches for the thing when no one else is watching. And that version of you doesn't have the willpower to let go of the enemy that you've grown to love. That's why you can't conquer it. That thing you walk away from, that's why you can't walk away from it, because it's the weakest version of you trying to walk away from it, not the strongest version of you. See, the strongest version of you says things like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. This is going to be the last time. This time I promise. And you make these promises to yourself. But the version of you that makes the promise is not the one that can fulfill it. It's not the one that can fulfill it. The one that can fulfill it is the one that's under stress. The one that can fulfill it is the one that's depressed. The one that can fulfill it is the one that's unhappy. The one that can fulfill it is the one that's all stressed out. When you become that version of you, that's what makes you reach for the thing, whatever your thing is. So when you do your little chant and you make your declaration that this is the last time, that version of you that says this is the last time is not the one that's going to go to war against the enemy that you've grown to love. It's going to be the weaker version of you. And that's why you haven't slain that dragon. Does everybody understand that? Before we pull off, does everybody understand that? Do me a favor. Lamika, what's up, beloved? Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Baddest thing on the planet is you. We don't always need to be told. We oftentimes need to be reminded. I'm just here to remind you of everything that you already are. I can't add value to you. No person can. There's not a person on the planet that can add value to you. Value is internal. Value comes from your purpose. Value doesn't come from what's in your bank account. Value doesn't come from the size of your house. Value doesn't come from how much jewelry you have. Value doesn't come from your fame or your popularity. That's not value. Value can only come from your purpose and the impact that your purpose is going to have on every single person that you come in contact with. Cookie, what's up, beloved? Yeah, you're the human manifestation of value. Can't add value to yourself. You can't add value to what God creates. I wish people would really understand that. I wish people really understood that, like on all three levels of mastery. Cynthia, I see you, beloved. Yeah, your value comes from your purpose, beloved. Period. That's why nobody can take it away. Nobody can tell you what your value is. I can tell you the value of a diamond. I can tell you the value of gold. I can tell you the value of a house. I can't tell you your value. Not only can I not tell you your value, I can't even put you into a concept, beloved. You are so powerful that you can't be conceptualized. Let me tell you three things that you can't describe. You can't describe what happiness is. No one knows what it is. You can't describe what love is. No one knows what it is. You can't describe what consciousness is. No one knows what it is. You can't describe what God is. No one knows what he is. We're all operating from a concept. And because you can't describe love, and because you can't describe God, you can't describe awareness, you can't describe emotional intelligence. What you can do is put it into a concept. And those things are what you are. So if I can't describe God, I can't describe you. If I can't describe what love is, I can't describe you. If I can't describe consciousness, I can't describe you. You are the one thing that no one can appraise. But for some strange reason, we move through the world allowing people to appraise us. And every single person that places a price on you is going to price you incorrectly. See, the problem is never your value. The problem is always their vision, because their vision won't allow them to see your value. Why? Because they see you through their pain. They see you through their trauma. They see you through their triggers and all of the unhealed wounds. And then they place a price on you based upon that. Value doesn't come from anything outside of you. Value comes from your purpose. And the impact that your purpose is going to have on every person you come in contact with. We don't know what you're worth. We have no idea. But if you allow someone else to place some price on you, to appraise you somehow, some way, you're still asleep. Yeah, you can't describe what love is. Nobody can tell you that. We can point to what we think it is. See, words aren't the truth. That's the reason why you can't describe it, because no word is the thing that is trying to describe. Words only point us in the direction of truth. So the word can't give you the truth. Now, it can point us in the direction of love, but it can't tell us what it is. Words can point us in the direction of consciousness, but it can't tell us what it is. It can point us in the direction of awareness, but it can't tell us what it is. It can point us in the direction of God, but it can't describe what he is. This is why we can't describe what you are, because we can't describe what those things are. People only pretend to think they know what you are. They have a concept of you, but concepts aren't the truth. All right, let's get busy. Do me a favor, again, real quick, you guys, share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please, let's get busy, getting busy, getting busy. Yeah, nobody can tell you what you are. That's the reason why you shouldn't place limitations on yourself. That's the number one reason why you should place limitations on yourself. We don't know what you are. I don't know. So that's I don't want a label on me. I don't want any labels on me. Because the moment that you place a label on yourself, you shrink down to the size of the label. You take consciousness, massive as consciousness is, and you shrink that down to fit the label. As massive as awareness is, and you shrink that down to fit the label. As massive as love is, and you shrink that down to fit some label. Nah. Your biggest problem is actually a privilege. I wonder how many of you guys fully understand that. I said your biggest problem. I didn't say one of the problems. I said your biggest problem. Think about the biggest problem. Whip girl, what's up, beloved? The worst that's ever happened to you has already happened to you. Turn your awareness up. This should allow you to step out of your mental prison right now. The worst that has ever happened to you has already happened to you. Look at your history. And this is what God is trying to wake you up to. He's saying the worst that's ever happened to you has already happened to you, which means that life threw its best punch and it didn't break you. That person manipulated you and took advantage of you, didn't break you. The friend that left didn't break you. The person that walked away didn't break you. That person that you may have lost didn't break you. Life has already thrown you its best punch, beloved. The worst that could ever happen to you has already happened to you. If you are still standing right now, that means your purpose is more powerful than your pain. Your wounds, your wisdom that you gain from the wounds is more powerful than what created the wound to begin with. This is all PTG, beloved. This is all post-traumatic growth. We grow through what we go through in life. You are God's soldier. He didn't send you through the worst. The worst that could ever happen to you has already happened to you. Run the play. Now everything that you're going after now is just going to be growth. Because see, now all of the worst that's ever happened to you brought you here. It brought you to awareness. It brought you to self-mastery. Now your vision is going to be different. So your past really is your passport, but it's also your resume. You don't look at your past through the filter of emotion. You look at your past through the filter of strength. Look at what I've overcome. The worst that could ever happen to me has already happened to me. Run the play. What you going to do to me? That hasn't already been done to me. Now I've got my awareness online. Now I've got my emotional intelligence online. Now I've got my consciousness online. I've already seen through myself, so I'm going to see through you too. I've already taken the time to climb the mountain called me. I understand that people come into my life to get the mangoes. They don't come for the tree. They didn't come because I was special. They're coming because I'm useful. They're coming because I'm something that God created. Run the play. I won't see you through my fantasies anymore. I won't see you through the illusions anymore. I won't see you through the, oh, he's got potential stories, she's got potential stories anymore. I won't see you through that. I'm going to see you as the version of yourself that you're showing up as in my life right now. I'm going to see you for the energy that you bring. I'm going to watch your patterns, not the person. I'm checking for consistency, not your level of commitment to me. I want to see how consistent you are. I don't give a damn about your words. I care about the energy that you bring to my life. You're a different person now. You're not the same person anymore. The worst that could happen to you has already happened to you. Everything now is power. Everything now is strength. Get a divorce from yesterday. See, self-awareness is not trying to get you to erase the past. It's trying to get you to change the way you carry it so that you no longer attach emotion when you look at your past. You look at your past from a place of non-emotion. You look at everything it taught you. You look at who you become because of it. And there's no more suffering there. You understand your spiritual contract. There's nothing else to suffer from. Think about what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying. The worst that could ever happen to you, it's already happened to you. We're going up from here. We're going up from here. That's it. We're going up from here. Because as you increase and raise your vibrational frequency, you're going to change the people you attract. You're going to change what you tolerate. You're going to change the way you see people. You're not going to see people through the filter of desire and seeing them through the filter of need, because you already understand I'm whole and complete. I want to add someone to the love that's already here. I want to add someone to the happiness that's already here. I want to add someone to the peace and the abundance that's already here. But if I don't have those things now, the last thing I should be doing is reaching for someone else. Because the only thing I'm going to do is add them to my misery, add them to my suffering, add them to my trauma. No, this ain't the time for relationships if you don't have you yet. This ain't the time to be reaching for another person. Because you only reaching for the person to distract you from what you need to be working on within yourself. That's why we reach for people. We reach for people to mask us from what's broken within ourselves. Because when you become love, you don't reach. Love doesn't reach for anything. Love reaches for nothing. I tell you guys this all the time. Love isn't something you have. Love is something that has you. You don't have it. It has you. DJ Neo, what's up, beloved? It's holding everything. Right? So one more time, your biggest problem is actually a privilege. It just all depends on how you choose to look at the situation. See, when you ask God for success, what comes with it is criticism. Let me wake you up real quick. Let me wake you up real quick. Let me wake you up real quick. When you ask God for success, what's going to come with it is criticism. What's going to come with it is hate. What's going to come with it is people projecting all of their pain onto you. What's going to come with it is disrespect. What's going to come with it is people projecting all of their pain onto you. I'm telling you now, get ready. And you're going to be sitting there like, damn, I don't even know this person. Why are you upset with me? Why are you projecting? I don't even know you. This is what comes with it. See, I told you guys this before. See, when you are in the process of becoming the most powerful version of yourself, let me tell you what's going to happen. God is going to test you. He's going to send so many torpedoes at you. And these people are going to be coming at you, not because he wants you to fail, but what he's checking to see is, do you go back to being who you used to be, where your pain speaks for you? Or does the awareness speak for you? Does your trauma speak for you? Or does your transformation speak for you? Does your wound speak for you? Or does the wisdom speak for you? Which version of you going to transform into when that disrespect comes? Which version of you are you going to transform into when that criticism comes? Who are you going to become when life doesn't go the way you need it to? Who do you become then? That's why he's going to test you. Before he releases all of those blessings, he's going to make sure that you are the person that he's transformed you into. So when I tell you your biggest problem is actually the privilege, like I said, it all depends on how you see the situation. When you ask God for success, what comes with it is criticism. What comes with it is pressure. What comes with it is people hating on you. What comes with it is jealousy. What comes with it is long nights when no one else is clapping for you. What you gonna do then? What are you going to do all those nights when no one is clapping for you? What are you going to do all those nights when you up all night? There ain't no cameras. Ain't nobody telling you good job. Who are you going to become then? Will your discipline be online? Or will you rely on motivation? Because motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, beloved. You don't ever build anything on motivation. You don't build things on inspiration. You build things from your discipline and your determination. Determination is discipline's big brother. Determination is what shows up when discipline gets tired. Discipline, let me have you go and have a seat. Discipline, determination is here. Because determination says, I'm going to make it. Determination says, I'm going to become the thing. I don't give a damn how many people I got to walk away from. I don't give a damn what I got to let go of. I don't give a damn what I got to lose. We going to get to the finish line. Now, I can't guarantee everybody else going to get there. But that determination is discipline's big brother. And when determination shows up on the scene, determination, I don't give a damn if I'm tired. I'll rest when I'm dead. I don't give a damn who walked out. They're going to beg me to come back. I don't care what's going on. We going to make it. See, when you wake up every day, I'm going to tell you something right now. That person that's determined to do something to you is going to find you, because that person is going to search every corner, search every club, search every house, come and find you. When people are determined, you cannot stop that person that's determined. There's nothing like determination. You have to become determined to be the person that you want to be. You can't be lukewarm about it. You can't, someday you study, someday you don't, some days you show up, someday, that's not determination, that's lukewarm. You got to become determined. You have to become determined to be something that you've never been before. That's the thing. You're in the process of becoming. See, when you're in the process of becoming the person you want to be, you're also in the process of not becoming the person you don't want to be. Two things are happening at the same time. When you are in the process of becoming the person you want to be, you are also in the process of not becoming the person you don't want to be. Those two things are happening at the same time. And this is why you need determination. Because who you used to be is going to keep knocking on the door. Sober mindset, I see you. Jesse, what's up? Hello. Rich, what's up, beloved? Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Think about it. Two things are happening two things are happening to you right now. There's the person you want to be, and then there's also the person you no longer want to be. Two things are happening simultaneously. So you're getting a divorce from the person you no longer want to be, but you're trying to get married to the person you want to be, but you're not that person yet. Right now, you're in the gap, but you'll always be in the gap. You'll never not be in the gap. The gap is where most people lose it. Because the gap is where you got to have consistency. It's where you got the discipline. It's where you have to have determination. It's where you got to be relentless. That's the gap. See, most people turn back to who they used to be in the gap. Most people lose it in the gap. This is why you got to fall in love with the gap. Yeah, I'm not the person that I want to be, but I also no longer want to be the person that I used to be either. I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. I don't give a damn where we go. We not going in reverse. Cars go in reverse, not people. Don't get caught up in reverse. And don't walk around with a plan B. We don't have time for plan Bs. I'm going this way. That's the only way. Ain't no other way. Ain't no plan B. Ain't no, oh, well, if it don't work, I can always go get my job back. If it don't work, I can always move in with my sister. If it don't work, I can always go back. No, you ain't got time for that. That mindset right there is going to be the one that keeps you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. That mindset right there is the one that's in the way. I ain't got no backup plans. I am the backup plan. That part right there, T-Benz. Yeah, you got one gear. That part right there, Nikki, I got one gear forward. God gave you one gear forward. That's why you don't have a reverse. You can only go in reverse when you get in your car. You can't go, think about what I'm saying. You ain't got no reverse. You don't have no history, beloved. You have a memory. And you don't have a past, you have a projection. This is why you can't go in reverse. Man, y'all gotta see what I'm saying to you. The only time you can go in reverse is when you get in your car. That's the only time you can go in reverse, but you can't go in reverse in your mind. There is no past. There's just a memory of experiences that you've had leading up to this moment that you continue to reactivate. But there's no past. You can't get in the car and go there. So you don't have a past. So he created you to only go forward. But because you've been programmed and conditioned to believe you have a past, you spend so much time in a place that doesn't even exist. That's where most of your suffering is coming from. Because what I was saying, you don't have a past, you have a memory. That's what you got. And you reactivate that memory. If you can get in your car and drive to the past right now, I'll give you anything you want. Just get in your car right now and take me to the past. Just take me 5 seconds into it. Just give me 5 seconds. For as powerful as your mind is, you need to tell me with a straight face, you can't go in the past for 5 seconds. You can't even put your toe in the past for 5 seconds. You can't do it. Why? Because God wired you to only move forward. He wired you to only focus on where you're going. He lets your car put you in reverse, but you don't go in reverse. You only go forward. Everything is forward. We don't have time for what was. We don't have time for what used to be. We don't have time for what we used to have and what somebody took from. We don't have time for that. There's too much future in front of you. You got too much potential to be addicted to your past. I do forward only. The moment somebody start talking about reverse, I just get out the car. Let me just pull off right here. Let me get out. Let me just get out right now. If I'm gonna waste my time, I'm gonna waste my time walking home. But I ain't gonna waste my time listening to you talking about what used to be. Marie, what's up, beloved? Dave, what's up, beloved? King Kev, what's up, family? Reclaiming your power starts the moment you stop reminding yourself about what's missing from your life. I said reclaiming your power starts the moment that you stop reminding yourself about what's missing from your life. Reclaiming your power starts when you no longer tell yourself the story that you're broken. That has to stop now. From this moment moving forward, don't tell yourself that story about what's broken. Why is that important, coach? Because emotions ride the story. Emotions ride the wave of the stories that we tell ourselves. The only way that you can experience a negative emotion is to tell yourself a story first. Let me say that one more time in case your earpiece may have fallen out. The only way in human history that you can experience a negative emotion is if you tell yourself a story first. If you don't create a story about the event, there won't be a negative emotion. The moment you create the story, you unlock the emotion. No story, no emotion. No story, no feeling. All of your suffering is self-imposed because you create a story. God don't want you to create. He doesn't need you to narrate reality. He needs you to experience it. You don't need to narrate it. You just need to experience it because it's just data. And the data is telling you whether you're awakened or whether you're asleep. That's all reality is trying to teach you. Whether you're asleep or whether you're awakened. Because reality is neutral. See, here's the formula that's hurting you. I'm going to tell you what's hurting you right now more than anything else. You have the experience, and then you create a story about the experience, and then you bring your awareness. Then you bring your emotional intelligence. Then you bring your self-mastery. Well, it's too late now. It's already too late. Because the emotion is already online now. One more time, you have the experience. That could be somebody cheated on you, somebody broke up with you, some car accident, your job let go of you, something happened at work, somebody disrespected you. Okay, that's the experience. And then you create a story about the experience. That's where you lose the Super Bowl. You create the story about the experience, and then you bring the awareness. But your awareness don't kick in until after the fact. By the time your awareness kick in, you already emotional, you already frustrated, you already unhappy. It's too late. You done found out the game. How does a master of self do it? There's the experience, drop the story, bring the awareness. There's the experience, drop the story, bring the awareness. Why? Because the experience is data. That's all it is. The experience is neutral. I don't need to create a story about it because it's neutral. I'm going to bring my awareness immediately. Someone's adding value to me or they're not. The situation's adding value to me or it's not. This person's judging me. Well, if the person is judging me, it means that they're asleep. Why would I react to someone that's asleep? Where's my emotional intelligence? Where's my wisdom? If you're projecting something onto me, you're only projecting something onto me because you're not awake and you're speaking from your pain. You're not speaking from your purpose. So I don't need to react to you. I don't need to react to you. Why am I responding and reacting to you? So one more time, the awakened person is going to see it like this. There's the experience. Drop the story. Why? Because the story is where my suffering is going to come from. I don't need to create a story. The experience is telling me everything I need to know. It's telling me whether the person values me. It's telling me whether they appreciate me. It's telling me whether my presence is being honored. I need to just go off the data. And the data is telling me whether I need to continue to stay connected to the situation or if I need to remove myself away from it. I don't need to create a story. What do I need the story for? The story is just going to make me suffer. See, I drop the story, bring the awareness. Drop the story, bring the awareness. I mastered the situation. I've mastered life. I don't let life master me. I got life mastered. I just don't add a story to nothing. I don't need to add a story. I just need to go off the data. If I disrespect you right now, my disrespect is saying I don't place value on you. You don't need to create a story about that. If I cheat on you, my cheating is telling you that I no longer honor your presence. You don't need to create a story about that. You need to remove yourself from me. If I lie to you, what the data is telling you that I don't place value on you. That you're not worthy of my truth. Why do you need to create a story around that? You got all the data you need. See, the only reason why you would create a story is because there's a version of me that lives in your mind that you're not ready to let go of. So then you're gonna go to war and you're gonna edit that story and you're gonna find reasons to keep me in your life. That's the only reason why you would do that. That's the only reason why you would do it. Because the data is telling you everything you need to know. But what we do is we start negotiating with the data. We start arguing with the data. Why? Because you're not ready to let go of the person yet. That's the only reason why you would do that. And this is when the relationship becomes toxic. Everybody catch that? Marshall, what's up, beloved? Everybody, I'm teaching you how to be a master. I'm teaching you how to never lose it. I'm teaching you how to become the version of yourself that God created you to be. I'm not adding value to you right now, beloved. Value is already what you are. I'm just helping you to unlock what's already in you. Everything I'm teaching you right now is already in you. Everything I'm teaching you right now is already in you. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just the bridge to the person that you get ready to become. And then we're going to go change the world. We like the Avengers. We getting ready to go change the world. I can guarantee you that now. I can't guarantee a lot in life. We changing the world. I can promise you that. But before you change the world, you got to change yourself. Because see, people that say, oh, I want to go out and change the world before they've changed themselves, you're only going to try to change it into what you think it needs to be. But when you become awakened, you only want to change the world so that it can become a reflection of unconditional love. It can become a reflection of awareness. It can become a reflection of God. It can become a reflection of heaven. So, and that's the whole purpose. You cannot become who you want to be by remaining who you used to be. Cefe, what's up, beloved? Tier, what's up, beloved? I'm telling you now, damn who you used to be. We ain't got time for that. If who you used to be was who you needed to be, you'd already have the life you want right now. That part right there, Lynetta, yeah, I tell people that all the time. You know, the mindset that built your vision board is not the mindset that's capable of fulfilling it. The mindset that created your goals is not the mindset that's capable of fulfilling it. The mindset that told you, oh, you need to start following this coach and studying self-awareness is not the same mindset that's going to help you to become the most powerful version of yourself. They're two completely different mindsets. Life is all about what are you willing to become. See, when you fall in love with what you need to become to get to where you need to get to, you become unstoppable in that moment. Tracy, I'm telling you, beloved. You said you got the book. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. See, the great thing about my book is it's just foundational. The book is about you. It ain't got nothing to do with me. The book is foundational. Rhonda, what's up, beloved? That's family right there. The book is foundational. The book just makes sure that we can communicate on the same level. That's all the book is. Ain't nothing really special about it. It just makes sure that we all speak in the same language. We talk about the frog in the well. You know, how do you speak awareness to the person that's still asleep? How do you explain the beauty of a rose to a person that was never born with sight, with the gift of sight? How do you describe the sound of music to the person that was born deaf? And that's what awareness is. When you're trying to have that conversation with someone with respect to awareness and they're still asleep, it's like trying to describe the beauty of a rainbow to a person that can't see and that has never seen. And every time you go to describe the beauty of the rainbow or the beauty of the rose, really, you're into concepts. See, the moment I try to describe a rose to you and you can't see, I can only use concepts, but concepts aren't the truth. So I'm not pushing you closer to the truth. I'm actually pushing you further away from it. Does that make sense? See, awareness is like this. There was a man, and he would go to the park every single day, and he would watch these kids dance. But he couldn't hear. His entire life, he had been born and he couldn't hear. And so he would go to the park and just watch these kids dance, but he couldn't hear the music. So he see them moving in all these different ways and body gyrating and all these different things like that. And to him, it looked weird. And one day his son said, "Dad, I found this doctor that can restore your ability to hear." So his son flew him across the other side of the world, brought him back. The next day, when that man went to the park, he could hear the music for the very first time. It all made sense. See, that's what awareness is. It allows you to hear the music. It allows you to see things as they are and not as you imagine them to be. It allows you to see people through their story and not through yours. And that's what makes it so beautiful. Now, that was me. I used to move through life and I couldn't hear the music. I was like the man in the park. And for some of you guys, matter of fact, not some, all of you guys, before your spiritual awakening, when you were moving through the world, you were like the man in the park. You couldn't hear. You couldn't see. Yeah, you had sight, but you didn't have sight. You didn't have vision. But you have it now. And now life looks different to you. Everything looks different to you. Everything sounds different to you. Even when you're watching TV, you pick up things that you didn't pick up before. You watch a movie, you pick up things that you didn't pick up before. You hear conversations, you hear things in conversations now that you didn't used to hear before. You're like, oh, that's different. Like you catching things now. Days, you know what I'm saying? Because what's up, beloved? And see, the beautiful thing about self-awareness is it's all about you. You're just climbing higher up your mountain. It has nothing to do with me. But the higher you climb up the mountain, the greater your perspective is going to be, the greater your vision is going to be, right? You can stop you can stop wherever you want, but the higher you climb, the greater your vision. That part right there, Ellie, that part right there. And so I want you guys to imagine. Let me tell you how important the present moment is. I want you guys to imagine that you're walking up this mountain. This is the biggest mountain you've ever seen in the history of your life. You're walking up this mountain, and there's all of these steps going up the mountain. Now, every time you take a step, the step behind you falls off. So you can't go back. And the step you are standing on is infinitely more important than the step that you just left. Now, you don't focus on the next step because you're not there yet. You focus on the one you're standing on. And you don't focus on the one that's behind you because you no longer have access to it. That's really how reality works. You're suffering because you keep trying to go back to the step behind you. That's what's producing your depression. You keep trying to take a step back, even though you can't physically take it, mentally you are. Or you're so focused on what's going to happen on the next step that you're creating your anxiety. So your energy is not completely centered, and your attention is not completely centered on the step you're. And here's the thing: the step you're standing on is the only step that you can experience God. The step you are standing on is the only step that you can experience love, experience happiness, experience joy, experience bliss, experience peace. Only on the step you are standing on, not on the one behind you, and not on the one in front of you. Only the step you're standing on. This is why you don't experience it, because you're so focused on the next step, or you keep trying to go back to the last one. That's why we suffer. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. And let's give some love to Ellie. Let's give some, Ellie, where are you at? Where's Ellie at? Where's Ellie at? Be the greatest. I see you, beloved. Again, do me a favor and share or repost live to your stories. Haven't already done so, please. Janae, I see you, beloved. Okay, there she is. Pin Ellie up there for me, please. I'm super, super proud of her because she's trying so hard. She really, really is. And as a community and as a family, we need to put our arms around her. We need to put our love around her. We need to put our energy around her. We need to put everything around her because she's really trying. When I tell you she's putting in the work, when I tell you she's going hard, but she's got things that she's trying to overcome and different things like that. And we've all got something that we're dealing with, right? We've all got something that we're trying to overcome. Your blessings come from being a blessing to someone else. That's what this is all about. Just being a blessing to someone else, you know? And so I'm just so proud of who she is. I'm so proud of who she's become. I'm so proud of the energy and her consistency and just how hard she goes every single day, you know, but she's got things that she's dealing with that she's trying to overcome. And we all are, right? None of us are where we need to be. We're all in the process of becoming, right? So let's just give her as much love and encouragement, you know, as we possibly can, because she's family. She's been rocking with us for a long time. All right, let me get back into this real quick. So one more time, reclaiming your power starts the moment that you stop reminding yourself about what's missing from your life. Reclaiming your power is about no longer telling yourself the story about what broke you. That's over. Again, no story, no stress, no story, no drama, no story, no depression, no story, you know, no anxiety, no story, no any of that. Just no story. Are you going to master this in one day? No, you're not going to master it in one day, beloved. But you can just, if you're new to the platform, just set an alert in your phone. Set an alert in your phone. You got a smartphone. Let it make you smarter than you are in this moment. Set an alert in your phone to go off every hour on the hour, just reminding you to not tell yourself a story about whatever it is that's showing up in reality. Feel the emotion and understand that you are the sky. The emotion is only a cloud in the sky. And that emotion is going to go away. I need to meet the moment with my awareness. I need to meet the moment with my emotional intelligence. But most importantly, I need to understand that the moment represents data. And I've got a decision to make. And the data is telling me everything I need to know. I don't need to create a story. I don't need to live out of some illusion. I don't need to see someone through their potential. I need to go off of the data without editing the data to be what I want it to be so that I can continue to hang on to the person. That's all you got to do. Set an alert. You want to become a master of self? Set an alert in your phone that goes off every waking hour, not when you asleep, every waking hour on the hour, just reminding you, don't create a story. And what's going to happen is this. This is how you reprogram your mind. This is how you program your reticular activating system. Your mind is going to understand that that's important to you. So your brain is going to say, oh, okay, we're not doing the story thing anymore. And it's going to stop creating stories. And you're going to catch yourself. And you're going to catch yourself. And then one day you're going to get really good, and then it's going to all be over. It takes 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to build a new lifestyle. 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to build a new lifestyle. Let's create the new habit. The same way that you master the ability to create the story is the same way you can master the ability to stop telling yourself the story. I'm telling you, it works. Reclaiming your power is about no longer tolerating disrespect from anyone. I said no one. That's what reclaiming your power is. I'm not going to create it. And when I say no longer tolerating disrespect from anyone, I'm not talking about you being tough. That's nothing to do with being tough. Because when you tolerate disrespect, you're creating a new wound, beloved. You're creating a new wound that you're going to have to heal from later, which is going to make all of this irrelevant. Because if I'm sitting here pouring the best into you and then somebody else is disrespecting you and you're tolerating that, we're going to be trying to heal you forever. So at some point in time, you got to put your foot down and stand on that and say, I'm not tolerating disrespect. We're not going to do that no more. Not when the same energy that it takes for you to disrespect me is the same energy that it takes to respect my presence. And if you can't respect my presence, then I need to bless you with my absence. But I'm not getting ready to create a new wound that I'm going to have to heal from later, or that somebody else is going to enter my life wearing the face of the wound that I allowed you to create in me. Not doing it anymore. We just not going to do it. One more time. Ain't got nothing to do with you being tough. Ain't got nothing to do with you thinking you bad. I'm just not going to hurt me no more. I'm not going to shrink myself for you anymore. You're not that important, because the person that you're shrinking yourself for is not a part of your purpose. I'm going to just tell you that now. If you got to shrink, they're not a part of your purpose. You got to fight for the person, they're not a part of your purpose. If you got to convince this person to stay with you, they're not a part of your purpose. If there's more pain than peace, the person is out of alignment with you. Let me say that one more time. If there's more pain than peace, they're out of alignment with you. Period. Those are all indicators. Trina, what's up, beloved? So you're just not going to do the disrespecting no more. We understand we used to do it, but we're just not doing it anymore. See, because you'll never become powerful as long as you continue to identify with the outdated version of yourself. Never. If you choose to continue to identify with the outdated version of you, you'll never become powerful, beloved. And if you're not willing to let go of yesterday's version of you, you can read every book in the world. You can take all the vitamins you want. You can go work out in all the gyms. You can drink all the water. You can still be the same person. We're producing the same results in your life. See, growth means letting go of the person that kept you safe in order to become the person that can set you free. That's what real growth means. Let me say that one more time. Growth means letting go of the version of yourself that kept you safe in order to become the version of yourself that can set you free. Growth means I care more about how you make me feel than how you look. Because for some of us, we got that twisted. We're more focused on how the person looks than how they make us feel. Rhonda, I see you, beloved. I tell you guys this all the time. If you stay with your unhealed trauma long enough, you will become the very person that caused it. If you stay with your unhealed trauma long enough, you will become a reflection of the very person that caused it. You will become a walking, talking billboard for that experience. You will become a walking, talking billboard for your pain. You will become a walking, talking billboard for your trauma. I'm telling you now, stay with that pain if you want to. You're going to become a reflection of the very person that caused it. That pain is eating you up, beloved. You have to focus on you until you become the center of focus. If you're not the center of focus, that's problem number one. No more being the passenger in your life. You got to be the pilot now. We ain't doing the passenger thing no more. We don't need the co-pilot. Your partner got their own plane and you got yours. And your planes are headed in two different directions because you have two different purposes. Your purpose in life is just as important as your partner's is. So how you got your life on the back burner? How you got your goals and dreams on the back burner? Your purpose might be more powerful than theirs. If we're going to live in the truth, you might be carrying a purpose that can change the world. Your partner might be carrying a person that can change just one person's life. You might be able to change everybody's. We won't know. But we definitely won't discover what you putting yourself on the back burner. Now, we don't do second. Second is for the Olympics. Second is not for your life. We want to come in second place. We can go to the Olympics all day long, come in second place, get the bronze medal, silver medal. See, because if you're not the priority in your life, you'll never be the priority in someone else's. Become the wolf of awareness. Let the wolf out. Become the wolf of emotional intelligence. Let the wolf out. Become the wolf of self-mastery. Let the wolf out. Now let's talk spirit to spirit. Since we didn't got all the sugar out of the conversation. Let's talk spirit to spirit now. You're sitting, what's up, beloved? Trina, what's up, beloved? Let's talk spirit to spirit here. Yesenia, I see you. Your awareness has to outwork your pain. Period. Period. You want to dominate? You want to dominate for real? You really want to become the most powerful version of you? You really want to become one of the top 1% of the human beings that has ever walked a step foot on the face of this earth? Your awareness has to outwork your pain. It has to outwork your trauma. It has to outwork your doubt. It has to outwork your fears. It has to outwork your suffering. It has to outwork your shadow. It has to outwork your ego. It has to outwork everything. I didn't have time to heal my nervous system. I ain't had time for all of that because my nervous system became healed because my life became peace. I became the human manifestation of peace. I became the human manifestation of unconditional love. I became the human manifestation of self-mastery. I became the human manifestation of self-awareness. My self-awareness speaks louder than my pain. It speaks louder than my trauma. It speaks louder than depression. It speaks louder than anxiety. My self-awareness speaks louder than everything. It dominates the moment. It dominates the situation. It dominates the circumstances. It dominates my thoughts. It dominates my thinking. It dominates everything. You have to allow your awareness to see. You can't be lukewarm with this. You got to make a decision today. You got to make a decision. And you have to surrender to awareness. I told you the same thing with love. Like I said again, love isn't something you have. Love is something that has you, right? So love is something you surrender to. Well, how do I surrender to love? Get everything out of your life that's not loving you. That's number one. Get everything out of your life that's causing you to show up small. Get everything out of your life that's causing you to shrink. Get every person out of your life that you don't like who you become in their presence. That's where we start. See, awareness is not about addition. Awareness is about subtraction, because subtraction is addition. You become more powerful based upon what you subtract, not based upon what you add. I didn't add my way to greatness. I subtracted my way there. Greatness is already what you are. But there's some things we need to subtract. We got to subtract first, beloved. The version of you that tolerates disrespect, hand that version of you an eviction notice. The version of you that shows up small needs the eviction notice. The version of you that shrinks in the relationship needs the eviction notice. The version of you that's comfortable procrastinate needs the eviction notice. There's some eviction notices that need to get handed out. I started there. I started with the eviction notices. There's some versions of me that I can't take to the top. And there's some people that you can't take to the top either. It's just that simple. I tell you guys this all the time. Becoming the most powerful version of you is not based upon what you're willing to walk toward. It's based upon what you're willing to walk away from. God is paying attention to what you're willing to walk away from. He knows you'll walk toward things. We can all do that. What makes you powerful is what you're willing to walk away from. Will you walk away from that table when disrespect shows up? Will you walk away from that person that no longer honors your presence? Will you walk away from that job no longer fulfills you? Not after you didn't thought about it for 2 months, instantly. See, because that's what your greatness is tied to, that, beloved. How quickly you will remove yourself for what no longer serves you is what your greatness is predicated on. The same way that if I hand you a hot coal, if I put that hot coal in your hand, you're going to drop it immediately. Why? Because it hurts you. But you'll stay in the relationship that's hurting you. Stay at the job that can't fulfill you. Stay in situations that can't grow you. But you'll drop that stone immediately. See, the same, that mindset that you have that makes you drop that stone is the mindset that you got to bring to your life. What's no longer serving you? I got to drop it. What no longer values you? I got to drop it. What's causing me to shrink? I got to drop it. I'm holding on to God, not people. I'm holding on to the big fella. I don't give a damn about the person. The person holding on to him too. The very person you chasing is also chasing him. We sit here chasing people that's chasing him. No, I just went to the source. I went straight to the plug. I stopped chasing people. I'm telling you now, when you stop chasing people, people are going to stop chasing you. The only reason why they don't chase you, they don't need to chase you because you're too busy chasing them. The moment that you stop chasing people, they will chase you. The moment that you focus on yourself, focus on your mindset, focus on your body, focus on investing in yourself, focus on building yourself. The moment that you become the center of focus in your life, everyone else will start to focus on you as well. Because everyone wants the person that they can't have. But nobody wants the person that they have too much access to. Those are the people that are in divorce court right now. People that gave the other person too much access to them. Truth is at the door. Lynette, I see you, beloved. I'm telling you now, everyone wants what they can't have, but people lose respect for what they have too much access to. Let me qualify it in case you're struggling with that. That person that's in your life right now used to place 5-star respect on you in the beginning. I wasn't even there and I know what happened. The person that's just in your life right now, or the person that just left in the beginning, used to, I'm talking about 5-star access to you. 5-star. It was 5-star access. That's what made you fall in love with the person. I'm a charming, romantic, a high-level communicator, text messages for no reason, I love yous for no reason, hand holding, y'all sitting on the couch next to each other, holding hands. That's how beautiful it was. Where'd all that go? Taking baths together, showers together, all this stuff. What happened to that? And so I tell you guys, access is what happened to that. Access happened to that, and because that person had so much access to you, they became desensitized to your presence. And when they became desensitized to your presence, they started to treat all of the little special things that you would do for them like expectations. And that's destroying the relationship. What you do for your partner that someone else would call special, your partner looks at it as an expectation. This is something they expect. But in the beginning, it was thank yous and oh my God, and this is so amazing, and I can't thank you so much. You were getting all of that. What happened to that? Access is what happened to that. So it's important for us to understand that. Again, Kelly, what's up, beloved? But it happens the same way with kids. It's happening the same way with your teenagers, or with the young adults that you have in your life. They have so much access to you that the disrespect will start to show up, the lack of appreciation will start to show up, the expectations, just expecting everything, and that's what kills the relationship. It just kills the relationship. I don't give a damn who it is. It's going to destroy the relationship. It destroys the relationship. I would never value what I expect. So one more time, your awareness has to outwork your pain. Your awareness has to outwork your trauma. Your awareness has to outwork all of the outdated versions of yourself. Speak awareness more than you speak about your pain. Speak awareness more than you speak about your childhood trauma. Speak awareness more than you speak about what someone else did to you or what they didn't give you. Right? Speak awareness more than you speak about anything else. This is how I did it. This is how I became the version of all that old nervous system work. You just giving yourself another obstacle. That's just another mountain that you're going to have to climb. See, the problem is that you speak about your pain more than you speak about the awareness. You speak about what hurt you and what broke you more than you speak about emotional intelligence. You speak about what's wrong with your life more than you speak about self-mastery. It's 80-20. 80% of the time, you're focused on what's wrong, what's missing, what you don't have, what broke you, your past, the future, all these other things. And then you might have the awareness sprinkled in there. It's not going to work that way. For me, it was 80-20 in the other direction. 80% of the time, I'm awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, and I'm swimming in awareness. Every day, I'm swimming in emotional intelligence. I'm swimming in self-mastery. I'm swimming in consciousness. So my pain started to drown. The trauma started to drown. My ego started to drown. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. Nervous system healed. Mindset healed. Whole body healed. Peace online. Abundance online. Love's online. Everything was online. Everything was online. What girl I see, beloved, I'm telling you, this is how, and you want to know how you do it, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Because anything you put your attention on, what you put your attention on is what you're going to become. What you focus on is what you become, period. That's how you work. You become what you focus on. You become what you give your attention to. What you give your attention to is shaping you right now in this moment. You give your attention to your pain, you're going to become it.
You give your attention to what's wrong in your life, you're going to become it. You give your attention to what's broken or what's missing, you're going to become it. Whatever you give your attention to, you will become. You put your attention on becoming a doctor, guess what? You're going to be a doctor. You put your attention on becoming a teacher, you're going to become a teacher. You put your attention on, being a homeless person, that's what you're going to end up being. Wherever you put your attention, that's what you're going to become. And so what I did was put my attention on the awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, consciousness, and I drowned everything else out. I spent more time talking about those things, and I'm shadowboxing. When I'm at breakfast, I'm thinking about awareness. Lunch, I'm thinking about awareness. I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'm thinking about it. I'm in the shower, I'm thinking about it. I didn't have time to think about what was wrong. I just didn't have time anymore. And that's just a commitment that you're going to have to make to yourself. And here's the thing, it doesn't cost you, this isn't money. When you talk about something, you got to make some huge investment. This is just a mindset shift. Anything that's behind me, I no longer talk about. I don't deal with anymore. I don't want to talk about what's behind me because I got too much coming in front of me. I'm telling you, that's all you got to do. All that, heal your nervous, just you ain't got to do none of that. I ain't done a single, none of that. See, because anything that I do, I'm going to be the best at it or I ain't going to do it. That's just my mindset. Anything that I do, I'm going to swim in it or I don't want to do it. You can't put your toe in the water of awareness. You can't put your toe in the water. You can't put your toe. Some of you guys got your toe in the water. You're not really sure who you're going to become. So familiar pain is greater to you. It represents more to you than unfamiliar certainty. And that's why most people stay stuck. Because you're familiar with your pain, but you're not familiar with the pain of who you're going to become. And what you got to give up to become that. So I'm telling you right now, when you focus on the awareness so much, you're going to dissolve your trauma, you're going to dissolve your pain, you're going to dissolve the stories, you're going to dissolve everything that's broken in you're going to dissolve all of that stuff. It won't have space, it won't have room anymore. That's all. Your mind is going to become consumed with that. See, I tell you guys this all the time. You become whatever you're fascinated with. What you're fascinated with, you become. Because you get the thing and the thing gets you. If you're fascinated with poverty, you'll always be poor. If you're fascinated with growth, you're going to become powerful. If you're fascinated with what's missing from your life, you're going to always be broken. You become whatever you're fascinated with because you get the thing and the thing gets you. So you got to become fascinated with awareness, fascinated with consciousness, become fascinated with it. Fascinated. All right. So that's how you do it, Nicole. That's how you do it. But I'm telling you what I did. My awareness is in the Ferrari. My pain is in the minivan. Run the play. My emotional intelligence is in that Ferrari. My trauma is in the minivan. They couldn't keep up. I'm talking about they couldn't keep up. And you just drown that. You drown it out. See, the only reason why your pain is so powerful because you spend so much time focusing on it. The only reason why your childhood trauma and the divorce and what hurt you and the stories about, because you spent so much time focusing on it. Okay, we just gonna do this in a different direction. Your pain is only powerful because of how much time you spent focusing on it. Same thing with your trauma, same thing with your ego, same thing. You spent the masks you wear, your persona, you spent so much time focusing on these things that they became powerful in your life. But they aren't powerful in and of themselves. They're only powerful because of how much attention you've placed on them. Okay, we're just moving in a different direction now. Does that make sense? Come on, Lamika, we got to let them know, beloved. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to outrun the pain. We're going to outrun the trauma. We're going to outrun what's broken. We're going to outrun what's missing. We're going to outrun what's wrong. We're going to outrun the divorces. We're going to outrun the childhood trauma. We're going to outrun everything. We not on the treadmill. No, we on the track for real. And every single day, when you wake up in the morning, get some awareness in you. At midday, get some awareness in you. On your lunch break, get some awareness in you. At dinner, get some awareness in you. You might just sit and be eating your meal and just listening to it. I still do it. I'm sitting here eating my dinner. I got awareness plan. So I don't have time to focus on what's broken. My mind is like, this is the most important thing. This is what he's fascinated with. This is what he's going to become. I'm telling you, that's all you got to do. And outrun everything. Your pain doesn't wear track shoes. The awareness does. Your trauma doesn't wear track shoes. The awareness does. Nothing has track shoes on other than your awareness. Put them track shoes on and let's go hit the track. Marble, I see you, beloved. Silver CEO, what's up, beloved? That part right there, Rosie, that's all you got to do, beloved. That's all you got to do is just eat, sleep, drink. She said it. Eat, sleep, drink, awareness. And you're going to become it. I'm talking, you're going to be a walking, talking billboard, but that works for everything in life. You spend all day focusing on real estate, you're going to be a pretty damn good real estate agent. You spend all day focusing on going to medical school, you're going to be a pretty good doctor, especially if you got passion behind it, right? So whatever you're focusing on like that, that's all you got to do. Anything that you dedicate yourself to fully, I'm talking about no part-time or you lukewarm with it. Anytime that you fully dedicate yourself to something and you got passion behind it, because passion leads to genius. See, people think that genius comes from information or genius comes from your mind. No, genius comes from passion. Anything that you are passionate about, you're going to be great at it. Let me tell you why. Because you ain't going to make excuses. You're not going to procrastinate. You're not going to mind putting in an extra hour here and an extra hour there and an extra 30 minutes here. You're not going to mind. But when you just doing it but really you're not passionate about it, but you just doing it, you're just going to be okay at it. But anytime that you become, passion leads to genius, I'm telling you. It's not just information. It's the passion you put behind the information. You're not going to be able to compete against that person that's doing math and he's passionate about math because he's staying up all night trying to figure math out. He's doing math and the teacher ain't even asking him to do math. You can't compete against that person. That basketball player that's passionate versus the one that's just trying to get a check. The person that's passionate, he gonna make it to the All-Star game. His passion gonna take him there. His passion gonna take, I'm still passionate 20 years later. You guys see me, this is my energy every day on this live stream. My energy is never not this. This is my passion speaking. That's all it is. I appreciate that, beloved. So you just become passionate. Passionate will clear that depression out. Passion will clear the fear. The passion will take the doubt away. Just become passionate. Create a healthy obsession to become the most powerful version of yourself, and you will become that version of you. But you got to have passion, beloved. You can't be lukewarm with it. Got to be passionate. All right. We about to turn up now. This is the part of the live stream. We about to tap into the part of the live stream I've been waiting for this entire time. We about to tap into the part of the live stream that I've been waiting on this entire time. Silver CEO, I'm telling you, I've been waiting on this moment. I've been trying to hurry up and get through this information so we can get to this moment right here. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that now. You want to put your scuba gear on. Queen Ella, come on, beloved, you driving. We get ready. I'm talking about we get ready. Woo, we finna go there. We get ready. Woo, I'm telling you, man, we finna go there. We getting ready to go. Jerry, I'm ready, coach. What you talking about? King Kev, I see you, beloved. Real quick before we dive in, you guys, do me a favor and share or repost a live to your stories. If you haven't already done so, please, we getting ready to go there. We getting ready to go. We getting ready to go. I'm telling you, put 2 seatbelts on. Put 2 seatbelts on. I don't want nobody to fall out the car. Coach, you didn't tell me we was going to hit the car that hard. I'm telling you.
Coach, you didn't say we was going to be going that fast. We done got speeding tickets and everything. Just Key says, stay ready. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Lynetta, come on. You in the back seat. Here we go. It's showtime now. Yeah, it's showtime now. Stephanie say, I'm strapped in, Coach. Let's go. Iris, I see, beloved. There's only one. There's only one. There's only one. There's only one skill. One that beats everything. See, when you talk about that ocean, you talk about that megalodon. They don't want no smoke with that bad boy. I'm talking about killer whales don't want smoke. Great white sharks don't want smoke. Blue whales don't want smoke. Nothing won't smoke with that megalodon. I'm getting ready to give you the megalodon of awareness. The greatest gift that you will ever give yourself is the power of detachment. No gift in human history is more powerful than this one. When I have detachment, there's no depression. Detachment, no fear. Detachment, no suffering. Detachment, no anxiety. Detachment, my ego can't reach me. Detachment, my shadow can't reach me. When I master detachment, nothing can reach you. Fear can't reach you because fear comes from what you're attached to. Depression can't reach you because depression comes from your attachments. Anxiety can't reach you because anxiety comes from you over obsessing about some future problem that you're trying to solve in this moment. My shadow can't reach me because my shadow is just all of the edited versions of myself that I needed to become to be what the world needed me to be. Detachment, I pulled them all in. I'm whole and complete. I don't chase people. I don't chase external validation. I don't need you to like me. I've killed that version of me. I don't need you to approve of me. I've killed that version of me. I don't need you to accept me. I've killed that version of me. I am the walking, talking manifestation of the version of myself that God created me to be personally. I'm him. I'm not trying to become him. I'm not thinking about becoming him. I am him. Mind, body, spirit. I'm connected to the one. I'm focused on the one. I have a purpose and a mission. They take priority over everything. My purpose is more important than my relationships. My purpose is more important than my friendships. My purpose is more important than external validation. My purpose is more important than me needing you to like me. Nothing is more important than your purpose when you understand detachment. That part right there, beloved, I'm loyal to the one. I understand loyalty. I understand commitment. I understand communication. I understand self-mastery. I understand that words only point to the truth, but they can never be the truth. I understand that I've never trusted a person. What I've trusted was my own judgment about them. What I trusted was my beliefs about them. What I trusted was my expectations of them. The feeling was in me. I've never fallen in love with a person. I fell in love with who I needed them to be for me because I was broken. I hadn't become love myself. I didn't know who I was at my essence. What I was in love with is the meaning I assigned to them. What I was in love with is the role I allowed them to play. What I was in love with is the value they've added to my life and the role that I've got to play in theirs. See, and when you start to understand detachment, you understand that everything is internal. You never experience life outside of you. You only experience more of what you already are based upon the meaning that you assign to what's happening outside of you.
because you are the universe in human form. You are the manifestation of the universe. You are the manifestation of the divine. You are the manifestation of unconditional love. Why would you ever need to chase what you already are? You would only chase it if you weren't in possession of it yourself. Detachment means that I seek the end of seeking, because seeking implies that I'm not in possession of what I'm looking for. So when you become whole and complete, there is no more seeking. You're not looking for anything. I add people to my life based upon the value that I can add to their life and based upon the value that they can add to mine. The relationships are all synergistic when you master detachment. Oh, synergistic relationships only. Well, the 1 + 1 = 3. If we can't create a 3, there will be no 1. That's detachment. Chantel, what's up, beloved? So one more time. That should be the only question in your mind, right there. Pin what Lynetta just put up there for me. Tara, beloved, please pin what Lynetta just put up there, because that might be the most important question in the history of important questions. Can we create a third thing? From this moment moving forward, doesn't matter about yesterday, because yesterday's not worried about you, so we're not going to worry about yesterday. But from this moment moving forward, that should be the only question in your mind. Can we create a third thing? Can we create a third thing? See, a synergistic relationship is where the 1 + 1 = 3, meaning the combination of us together creates a third thing. That third thing might be a child. That third thing might be a friendship. That third thing might be a business. That third thing might be some opportunity that we didn't have before we came together. See, a synergistic relationship means that the combination of us two is more powerful than both of its individual parts, meaning that we can create more together than we ever could apart. That's all you want in your life. That's what God is saying. Only have synergistic relationships in your life. Can we create a third thing together? If we can't create a third thing, then the third thing that we're creating is pain. If we can't create a third thing, then the third thing that we're creating is disrespect. The third thing we're creating is suffering. The third thing we're creating is unhappiness. Some of you guys are in a situation right now where the third thing that you're creating is toxic, beloved. So yeah, you got the 1 + the 1, but the third thing that you create is disrespect. You create unhappiness. You create suffering. These are indicators, because when God gives you someone, there's only peace, not pain. If there's pain, it's an indicator that it's not from him. It's from your ego. It's from your needs. It's something that you want. It's something that you were attracted from your wounds. We talk about this all the time. Life only gives you 2 L's. You're either going to get love or you're going to get a lesson from that person. If you're not healed yourself, you're going to get a lesson, because the lesson is only a window into something that you need to heal within yourself. So the person wasn't coming to be your forever. Why do we suffer? Because you tried to make something temporary your forever. That's why we suffer. I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you. User, I see you, beloved. Listen, life is easy. It gives you 2 L's. That's all you're going to ever get. You're going to get 2 L's. When you become healed, it's 1 L, because everything is love. Because that's all you're going to attract, because that's what you become. But when you haven't healed, you're going to get lesson after lesson after lesson. And each one of those lessons is pushing you toward unconditional love, because the lesson is teaching you where your boundaries don't exist. The lesson is teaching you where self-respect doesn't exist. It's teaching you where unconditional love in you doesn't exist. That's what the lessons are coming to teach you. People are only wearing the face of wounds that you haven't healed. They're wearing the face of things that you've been avoiding, and you cannot conquer what you're not willing to confront. That's all they're wearing. How can I master the very thing I've been running from? All right, let's get into this. So one more time. The greatest gift that you will ever get, we're getting ready to go deep on this. I'm getting ready to give you guys in this piece, For the people in the Mindset Masters community, I will give you, you guys will have this piece on detachment today. You've never seen it. You've never heard this one. This is detachment on a whole different level. So you guys will have this today, but I'm just going to go through it right now real quick. Then I want you guys to study this. Sharon, what's up, beloved? I want you guys to study this and master this, so that way we all on the same level. Yeah, May, I got you, beloved. Honey, man, I got you. So one more time, the greatest gift that you will ever give yourself is the power of detachment. That's the greatest gift you'll ever give yourself, beloved. Let me tell you why. Because all of your pain and suffering is coming from something you're attached to. Rosie, I see you, beloved. All of your pain and suffering is coming from something you're attached to. I didn't say some of it. I didn't say a few things, all of it. So some previous experience that you won't let go of, something that you're clinging to, someone who broke your heart, some thought regarding something that you think shouldn't have happened to you. See, our pain comes from what we cling to. Our suffering comes from what we won't let go of. The situations you try to fix, even when they're not yours to fix, you suffer. But when you detach, you rise above everything that once used to own you. Detachment gives you the power to stop drowning in problems that you can't solve. Let me say that one more time. Detachment gives you the power to stop drowning in problems that you can't solve. Detachment gives you the power to stop swimming in the moods of other people. Here's the truth. You suffer the most when you hold on to what was never yours. Most of the suffering you experience in life is not being caused by what happens to you. The suffering comes from the story you create around what happened to you. For example, you're holding on to people who have emotionally checked out of your life, hoping that that version of them comes back to being who they used to be. You're holding on to situations that drain your energy because you fear change. You hold on to versions of yourself as though clinging to them will bring you some level of comfort. But all of your clinging is what's causing you to suffer. Because clinging traps you between what's actually happening and what you wish would happen. One more time. You're suffering because you're clinging to what happened and what you wish would happen. That's where the suffering, that gap in the middle between what happened and what you wish would have happened, that gap in the middle, suffering. So one more time. Clinging traps you between what is actually happening and what you wish would happen. And the gap is where all of your suffering comes from. The root cause of your suffering is attachment. That's what makes detachment so powerful, because there are no more attachments. One more time, the root cause of all of your suffering is attachment. Because everything you become attached to eventually changes. Nothing in this world stays the same. People grow apart, relationships shift. See, the reason why you cling to people is because you want the relationship to remain exactly as it was. The reason why you cling to certain situations is because you want the comfort it once provided. You cling to expectations because you want reality to obey your plans. But life doesn't wait for your permission to change. And when change arrives, your attachment becomes the very weapon that turns against you. But here's the truth. Nothing is truly meant for you. Nothing that's truly meant for you will ever require you to chase it. And that's what God wants you to know. Nothing that is truly meant for you will ever require you to chase it. What God has for you should bring you peace, not pain. If it's causing you pain, it's not from God. It's from your desires. Attachment makes you believe that letting go means losing something important. But the truth is, holding on is what's causing you to suffer. See, when you begin to release what's outside of your control, you create space for peace in your life. Focusing on what you can't control is the very thing that's robbing you of your peace. Letting go is not the same as giving up. Letting go is the highest form of emotional intelligence. Because one more time, going back to my original point, if you have to chase it, it's not for you. If you got to fight for it, it's not for you. If you got to invest all this energy trying to convince the person to stay, it's not for you. These are all indicators. See, letting go means that you choose to protect your heart over chasing what was never yours to begin with. See, detachment is the moment that you stop trying to fix the unfixable. And you allow life to unfold without your resistance to it. See, a lot of your suffering is coming from your resistance to life because you don't want to accept what is. You don't want to accept the reality of what's happening in this moment or the reality of what happened in the previous moment. But what you have to understand is that everything you resist, you empower. What you fight, you empower because you're giving it your attention. You're giving it as much attention as you're using to fight it. So the very thing, that's the equivalent of throwing more gasoline on the fire. You're giving it the very thing that it needs to become bigger in your life. Resistance creates suffering. You're only resisting because of something that you don't understand. Detachment is the moment that you decide to honor your inner peace over the fear of losing someone else. Because anything that you lose was never yours to begin with. If you can lose it, then it was never yours. Because what God gives you, you won't lose. You won't chase. You won't have to beg. You won't have to convince. You won't have to manipulate the situation. You won't have to do anything. And that's what detachment is going to teach you. You're not fighting to keep people in your life anymore. You're fighting to keep your peace now. And if someone wants to walk away from you, let them walk. Why would you fight to keep someone that doesn't want to be kept? I don't want people like that around me. I don't want people around me that don't want to be there. Maybe I'm wired different. I don't know. But if you don't want to be around me, I don't want you there either. I'd rather you go where you're going to have the peace you're looking for, the happiness you're looking for, whatever it is you're looking for. But what I won't do is fight to keep someone that's not fighting to be kept. See, in all of your clinging and attachments is what's robbing you of your peace. In this moment, Your peace is buried under everything you refuse to release. You suffer in life because you seek external validation. The moment that your worth is tied to someone else's approval, you hand them the keys to your mind. And suddenly their words have the power to either lift you up or tear you down. See, because let me tell you what's going to happen. The person's silence is going to make you anxious. The moment they go silent, you're going to think something's wrong. Their attention will start to feel like oxygen to you. And their criticism will feel like a wound. And without realizing it, you begin to shape your identity around what you think you need to become to please them. So you've already lost yourself. Because the moment that you reshape yourself to be what they need you to be, you're no longer authentic to who you are. And if you're not authentic to who you are, you can't possibly love yourself unconditionally, because unconditional love will never be connected to the edited version of you. Never. So the moment you transform yourself, I appreciate you, beloved. The moment you transform yourself, you edit yourself to be what your partner needs you to be. Wonderful. They're happy now, but you're no longer moving through life. So what are they in love with? They're not even in love with the real you. They're in love with the edited version of you. The moment that I change to be what you need me to be, I'm no longer what I am. So what is the person actually in love with? The edited version of you? They ain't even getting the real you. So how can we create something whole when I'm incomplete? If the real me doesn't show up on the scene, what version of me are you actually loving? Who I pretend to be? Who I transformed into so that you can be happy? I done lost me. And that's where your pain is going to come from. This is where the self-abandonment comes from. See, when people abandon you, they only abandon you because they're wearing the face of your abandonment. They're wearing the face of all of the moments in life when you've abandoned yourself. People don't walk away from value. No one walks away from value. People only walk away from people that don't value themselves. People don't walk away from diamonds. They walk away from cubic zirconias. The cubic zirconia looks like the diamond, but it's not a real diamond. When you edit yourself, you become the cubic zirconia in your life. You God's diamond, but you just became the cubic zirconia. I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you for that gift. Joanna, what's up, beloved? Sabrina, I see you, beloved. Your need for approval is causing you to suffer. Your need for approval is causing you to suffer. Your need for approval is causing you to suffer because the version of you that wants people, that needs the approval, that's a wound that you haven't healed. Your spirit doesn't need validation. Your spirit doesn't need someone to confirm anything or to approve anything. It's already whole and complete. So that need for approval is coming from your shadow. It's coming from a version of yourself that you've suppressed, maybe during childhood, to be what someone else needed you to be, so that you can get the love that you needed, or the belonging that you needed, or the acceptance that you needed, because maybe they thought that you were too much at that time. See, when we edit ourselves, it's usually because people can't handle the weight of our truth. They can't handle the full expression of you. That's why you edit yourself in relationships. When we edit ourselves in relationships, it's because our partner can't really handle. See, and people always say, just tell me the truth. No, you can't handle the truth. People can't really handle your truth. You hear that all the time. Just tell me the truth. But you can't really handle that. See, and I tell you guys this all the time. What most people call peace in the relationship is the absence of truth from one of the partners in the relationship. Somebody is not inserting the full weight of their truth. Because if the full weight of my truth is online and the full weight of your truth is online, and we can create something powerful from that, now we've got something. But what you call peace in your relationship usually means that your truth is absent. And yeah, you might put little pieces of it in there every now and then, but you've studied your partner to such a degree that you know his or her level of emotional intelligence, you know their triggers, you know what sets them off, you know what time of the day you need to ask for certain things, you know what you can present, you know what you need not to say. This is what I'm saying. So your truth really isn't in the relationship, which means you're not in the relationship either. See, most people aren't in a relationship because a relationship means that we're relating, right? A relationship means that I'm fully in it, you're fully in it, right? The full expression of us both are in the relationship, but that's not often. So what most people call a relationship means that there's the edited version of you in the relationship, and maybe your partner is fully present in the relationship because you become less to be what they need you to be. If there's no relating going on, then there's no relationship. If there's no transparency going on, then there's no relationship. If there's no honesty going on, no respect going on, then there's no relationship. What do we have? If I can't be me, what do we actually have? No, there's no relating going on. What most people call a relationship, there's no relating going on. Our pains in the relationship, our traumas in the relationship, our egos in the relationship, everything we haven't healed is in the relationship. Our wants, needs, and desires are in the relationship, but there's no relating going on. Even though it's called a relationship, there's no relating going on. We're negotiating, not relating. One more time, your need for approval is causing you to suffer. AJ, I'm telling you, beloved, it's crazy. It's crazy, when you think about it. But for most people, because when you become healed, or when you become self-aware, when you become a master of self, you can handle the full expression of your partner because you have the capacity to. You have the emotional capacity to fully hold who your partner is. But if you haven't healed and you still dealing with your unhealed wounds and your trauma and your shadow, you don't have the capacity. I tell you guys this all the time. People cannot meet you where you are. They can only meet you at their level of consciousness, their level of awareness, their level of emotional intelligence. Now they'll come in pretending that they can, but they really can't. And that's why the relationship falls apart, because you can't really be the full expression of you. So you start suppressing you and suppressing you and suppressing you. And at some point in time, all of that pressure starts to build up. And that's where the frustration comes from. Those are where the fights come from. That's where the outburst comes from. That's where the anger comes from. That's where it all comes from. Because you keep suppressing who you are to be what they need you to be. And at some point in time, and then I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. And then you doing all of that, the person still can't meet you where you want to be met. You still not getting your needs met. I'm telling you. So not only did I edit myself and I can't fully speak my truth because you can't handle it. Every time I say something to you, it turns into a fight. It turns into an argument. You feel like you're being attacked. Me just telling you what I need should not feel like an attack. It should feel like an invitation. Period. Synergy, I see, beloved. Moni, what's up? See, it's emotional intelligence means you're okay, it's not okay. When I ask my partner, how are you doing? And she says, I'm okay. I know that her okay is not okay. I know that behind her okay, something's off, something's wrong, right? And so in that moment, I'm going to give her space. But the point not to be missed is that I'm fully aware. See, when you are emotionally intelligent, your partner doesn't have to say much just by certain words that they say. Why? Because words are the reason why you can't turn the volume down on your voice is because your words are the voice for your feelings and your emotions and your heart. I understand that. So whatever's coming out of my partner's mouth is a window into how she feels. It's a window into what's wrong. It's a window into what's off. If you're not emotionally intelligent, you don't know none of that. What you gonna walk up and you gonna hear your partner say they okay, and then in your mind you're gonna be like, okay, she said she okay. Let me just go out and do what I need to do. No, the moment that my partner says she's not okay, that she's okay, I know something's off with that. I'm gonna stop everything I'm doing immediately. And my mindset is not what's broken. What do you need me to be for you right now? Do you need a long time? Do you need to vent right now? Do you need me to become something for you right now? Do you need me to go get something for you right now? Do you just need a break right now? You need a massage right now? You need a bath right now? You need to go for a walk right now? What do I need to become for you right now? Not what do you need? Not, oh, I'm having a bad day too. Oh, I was in traffic too. Oh, they pissed me off at my job too. No, this is come on, what we doing here? Because that's what most people do in relationships. Your partner say they have a bad day, then you start competing with how bad your day was. That's not emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence means that I can read my partner the same way I can read a book. And I know when something's off because I'm reading the energy, I'm reading the body language, I'm listening to the words, but I'm also listening to the message behind the word. And most people don't understand that. Most people don't understand that. And men really don't get it because we've had to suppress our feelings and emotions to such a degree that we've become completely desensitized to it. Because emotional intelligence to us means being soft, being sensitive, being a sissy, all of these other things like that. But you're in a relationship with an entire emotional creature. Your woman is an emotional creature. She's all emotion. She can hold two different emotions at the same time. We can't, she can. Two conflicting thoughts at the same time. She can, we can't. And that's why this is so important. And I'm not blaming men. I'm not saying men were the problem because we got that programmed out of us. Say it with your chest and be tough and boys don't cry and stop being so sensitive and all this other stuff like that. So we got that programmed out of us. So you don't know how to see it in your partner. She's pure emotion. See, your woman is the ocean, but you're the ship that navigates her ocean. And that's different. She's like the oracle. She's experiencing all types of different emotions. She feels everything. She's feeling. We're going more off of what's concrete. It's a big difference. Again, I'm not blaming the men because again, so many of us got that pushed out of us, right? So I get it, but this is why relationships fall apart. Yeah, she's the entire ocean, all of it. And you're that ship that's navigating the ocean called her. And so you can cut straight through. You're a master at that. But she's feeling all types of different things, and for us, as men, that's something that we need to understand. And that's why emotional intelligence is so important. And just increasing your level of emotional intelligence, even if you don't do anything else, will strengthen your relationship to such a degree because you'll understand what you need to be for her in that moment. Kelly, I see you, beloved.
I get it. Like I said again, I get it. I didn't always get it, right? I didn't always get it, and that's just me being honest and transparent. Paulina, what's up, beloved? One more time. Your need for approval is causing you to suffer, because when you base your happiness on whether or not someone else approves of you, you become the most limited version of yourself in that moment. See, people's moods shift, and their loyalty is not guaranteed, and their expectations of you change like the weather, depending upon what wound they're speaking through at that time. This is why you can't chase approval and validation and all of those other things like that, because that person is speaking, that person's mood changes like the weather, because at different times of the day, they're speaking through a different wound, depending upon what's happening in their day at that time. When you become emotional intelligent, you understand that. People are speaking through their wounds to you, beloved. They're listening from their wounds. They're not so much listening to what you say, they're listening to confirm what they already believe to be true. So when you tie your peace and happiness to something that's unstable, what do we say all the time? People are mistake-making machines. That person that you in a relationship right now is on their way to make a mistake. Because that's how we become the most powerful version of ourselves. We become powerful through our mistakes once we learn from the mistake. So every person that you have ever been in a relationship is a mistake-making machine. And that's who you trying to get approval from? That's who you need to validate you? The mistake-making machine? So you're going to pull all of that back once you really understand. We place people on, even the people that you place on some pedestal are mistake-making machines. Everyone is. Your last mistake was your best teacher. I'm talking your very last mistake was the best teacher you had, because everything is about curriculum. See, what's showing up in your life right now is the curriculum. That's what God wants you to master. What's showing up right now? See, your current reality is a master class. That toxic relationship, that's your curriculum. That job that you go to every day that no longer fulfills you, that's your curriculum. The version of you that shows up small, that's your curriculum. The version of you that tolerates things that you shouldn't, that's your curriculum. The version of you that doesn't have the self-respect and the self-awareness and the emotional intelligence, that's your curriculum. Your life is a master class. There's always something for you to study. There's always something for you to focus on. The version of you that procrastinates, the version of you that doesn't turn every should into a must, the version of you that doesn't have every choice and decision aligned, the version of you that only makes decisions for the current moment, not for the future as well. That's what you need to understand. Your life is a master class, beloved. And whatever's in front of you right now is the curriculum. If your body is overweight, that's the curriculum. If you don't eat clean, that's the curriculum. If you're in a toxic relationship, that's the curriculum. You show up small, that's the curriculum. You edit yourself to be around certain people, that's the curriculum. You people please, that's the curriculum. Come on, you ain't got time to be focused on other people. How you got time to chase other people when you always got a test in front of you? Just help me understand. How do you have time to chase people when every moment of your life there's something there for you to overcome? This is how you become a master of self. So God is saying, I'm giving you the curriculum every single day. Why am I stuck? Because you keep failing the test. You ain't studying for the test. Look at your life right now. Look at your life right now. There's something there staring you dead in the face. Whether that's your procrastination, whether you make excuses, you tolerate disrespect, you show up small, you people please, you don't work out like you should, your body ain't looking like it needs to, you don't eat clean, you procrastinate, you don't have a growth mindset. The curriculum is right in front of you.
But instead of us mastering the test, we start chasing people. We chase validation. We looking for love. That's why love is not there, because you keep failing the test. I'm telling you right now, your current reality as it is currently constructed, whether you living in a tent, you live in a studio apartment, or you live in a $50 million house, your life as it is currently constructed is a master class. And the curriculum is whatever it is that's standing in your way right now. And you know what it is. That thing that you keep avoiding, the conversation that you don't want to have, the discipline that you don't want to implement into your life. This is what the curriculum is. There's something there that's stopping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Did you know what the thing is already? Or it could be a multitude of things. Who you become in the dark when no one else is watching. You addicted to adult content. You have a gambling addiction. You smoke too much. You drink too much. There's something there. And that's what God is saying. He said, I'm giving you a master class every day. Your life is a master class. It's a master class. And no 2 days are the same. So okay, boom. My body's not what it needs to be. I need to go sign up for the gym. I'm tolerating things in my relationship. Okay, how do I stop the toxic relationship? Start saying no to things that you start saying no to things that you've been saying yes to. Stop settling for less than you deserve. Stop showing up small. Stop editing yourself. And if it means you lose a person, then you lose a person. But the person was never yours to begin with. They were never yours to lose. Anything that you got to fight for, anything that you can lose, never belonged to you. But I got to take care of the curriculum that's in front of me, especially if my goal is to become the most powerful version of myself. What am I supposed to do? Because one more time, loyalty is not guaranteed. See, sometimes your loyalty can be online and your partner's loyalty is already expired. Because the only thing you know is who your partner is when they're in your presence. What you don't know is who they transform into in your absence. That's what you are totally blind to. And all of your belief, all of your faith, all of your trust, and everything you think about your relationship comes from who they are when they're in your presence, not from who they are when they're in your absence. And that's why you get blindsided when they cheat on you. You get blindsided when they betray you. This is why you get blindsided. Because all you know is the version of them that you see. What you don't know is the version of them that you don't see. The threat to your relationship is not the third person. The threat to your relationship is who they become when they're not around you. What do they entertain when they're not around you? What do they allow when they're not around you? Now, let me tell you what your ego is going to do. No, I know who my partner is. It's impossible for you to say that. How you know what somebody is when you're not around? If that's the case, tell me what's on the sun. Tell me what's on the moon right now. Because if you can tell me what your partner does when you're not around, then you should be able to tell me what's on the moon too, because you don't have access to either. And see, this is why, going back to my original point, this is why self-awareness is so important. Because when you become self-aware, you're going to be in a relationship with someone else who's self-aware as well. And the self-aware person understands something that the sleeping person doesn't understand, which is this. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is only greener where I water it. The other person is only appealing to me because I'm attaching a meaning to that person that's unlocking a feeling in me. The person is neutral. They can't give me more than my partner is already giving me, because everything I'm feeling, even from my partner, is coming from me. So I don't need a new person. I need a new mindset. I need to get rid of the mindset that convinced me that I need another person when the person that's in my life is already perfect for me. That's the self-aware person. Now, the person that lacks self-awareness, they're going to go off of their desires. They're going to go off their needs. They're going to go off their wants in that moment. And that's why relationships fall apart. The self-aware person understands that person is no better than the person I already have right now. I'm only assigning a different meaning to them, which is unlocking a different feeling, which is making me think that they may be more special than what I already have. False. The self-aware person is going to knock that down. Not only that, we operate from transparency. So I would never do to my partner what I wouldn't want her to do to me. That's just automatic.
I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Your Majesty, I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you. Raja, thank you, beloved. Does that make sense? Every failed relationship is only preparing you for your best relationship. Fall in love with it. Every failed relationship is only preparing you for your best relationship. Fall in love with it. Every failed relationship that you have ever had is only preparing you for your last and best relationship. Fall in love with them all, because all of them are pushing you toward the person that God wants you to ultimately be with. But you're not ready for that version of the version of you that you are right now isn't ready for that person that you're getting ready to meet. You're training for that person right now. And as you're training for him or her, she's somewhere in the world training for you. And when the two of you guys get together, it's going to be more powerful than anything you've ever experienced. It's going to make all of the failed relationships that you've had leading up to this moment, it's going to make them all make sense. You're not going to even think about those anymore. When you have your last, final, and best relationship, it's going to be the best relationship you've ever had in your life. All that pain, all that lying, all that cheating, all that disrespect was just relationship boot camp. You've been training for your next best relationship. You're moving uphill, beloved, not down it. If you look at your life, you'll see it. You're moving uphill right now, not downhill. And if you look at your history, you'll see it. Bashan, I appreciate you, beloved. Look at your history, you'll see it. You'll see it. You're training right now, and you don't see it. You think you just studying. No, you're training right now. You're training right now. And in the version of you that's training right now, your future partner is somewhere training right now as well. And when the combination of you two come in, I'm talking about them conversations going to be powerful. That love is going to be powerful. All the expectations you won't be doing, you ain't going to have to worry about who are they texting and who are they calling and what do they do when they leave the house. You ain't going to have to worry about none of that, because that's going to be a relationship that God brought you guys together on. It's going to be a relationship that he put together. The person that you're going to be with, he's building somewhere else right now. And you're going to be in a mall somewhere. You're going to be in a coffee shop somewhere. You might be at a barbecue. A friend might arrange it, but you're going to meet that person. And when you do, it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be the best relationship you've ever had. All the other relationships leading up to this moment will pale in comparison. And that's going to be your synergistic relationship, where you guys are just going to create third thing after third thing after third thing. Y'all be able to sit, no TV, no music, no distractions, and have the most powerful conversations as though you're being entertained by a world-class orchestra. I'm in it right now. But keep training, right? Keep preparing. Keep focusing. Keep your foot on the gas. No expectations, no outcomes, no coach. When is it going to happen? It's going to happen for you, beloved. It's going to happen. All right. Yeah, because absolutely, even at 62. And the reason why I say that is because you're not your age, you're your energy. Your age it is something that you were programmed, is a filter that you were programmed to look at yourself through. You know, you're not your age, you are your energy. Your energy is infinite. You know, the 62 is just the amount of years that your spirit has been on this planet, but your spirit is not that number. Your spirit is infinite, right? And that's so important. You've got to detach yourself from that number. The number has nothing to do with you. The number is actually aging you prematurely. And that's important to understand. I don't ever go off that number. I never, ever, 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 ever go off that number. And I'm gonna qualify it. You may say you're 62, but you don't feel it. Why? Because you really are the energy. You might be 40 and you still feel 20. You might be 62 and still feel 25. The reason being is because you are the energy. You're not the number. Let me say this to you real quick, just to qualify it, just to prove my point.
Just to prove my point. The month of July was named after Julius Caesar. He was so powerful during that time period that he wanted a month named after him. Not because he could walk on water, not because he could turn water into wine, not because he could part the Red Sea, just because of who he was. And he was no different than you. Put his pants on the same way as you. Wasn't probably no smarter than you. But he was born into wealth, right? He was born into power. And so he was so powerful. Google what I'm saying if you don't believe me. The month of July is named after Julius Caesar. There's nothing special about it, beloved. And I'm gonna tell you something that's worse. During that time period where that month was named after him, you bet not have claimed that month. You bet not have claimed that month. Now, you can claim anything you want to at that time, but you bet not have said that month belongs to you. Oh, I was born during this month. This month is my birth. He would have had your head taken off. The month of August was named after his brother, Augustus Caesar. There's nothing special about it, beloved. Now, we make it special. Why? Because you attach emotion to it. But there's nothing special about it. So you've been sitting here aging yourself based on something that's made up. Based on something I thought somebody had their mind one day. And every single year you age yourself based upon something that somebody just made up. Google what I'm saying if you think I'm lying. And every month somebody had named after them. There's nothing special about it, beloved. And that's what's hurting your physical body, is because you got to understand that your brain obeys your commands. So when you say, "Oh, I'm getting older," because see, you've been programmed to look at yourself through that number 62. And whatever 62-year-old people do, that's what you think you're supposed to do. So people's bodies start breaking down. But it's not that their body isn't really breaking down. What's breaking their body down is the belief that they're getting old. It's placebo effect. Your body responds to what you believe. And so if you say, "I'm getting older, my parents only lived to be 80, my parents only lived to be 90 or 100, so maybe that's how long I'm gonna live," your body's gonna do exactly that for you. You got to get them numbers out your mind. That's programming and conditioning that comes from regular people. Double down on the regular part. Regular people. Now, you want to continue to go off them numbers, keep going off them numbers and aging yourself prematurely, putting yourself in an early grave when you didn't have to. You are source energy. Everything outside of you is energy. Your physical body is energy. You are energy. You are the energy. And that energy is infinite. You were never born because you never died because you were never born. That energy is infinite. See, the day you were born is just the day that your spirit arrived. That's the day that your spirit was introduced to your physical body. That's really what happened. Let me say that one more time. The day that you were born is just the day that your spirit arrived. It's the day that your spirit got a host body so that you could fulfill your purpose. That's it. That's all. We didn't turn it into something else, the same way we do with relationships. Relationships are spiritual containers so that people can get into that relationship from a conditional love perspective so that they can get to unconditional love. And we've turned it into something completely different, listening to sleeping people. And that's why they fall apart. That's why more people are in the divorce court than they are at a wedding chapel right now. Because we listening to people who don't know who they are. All right, that's enough on that. That part right there, tired of blind leading the blind. Spiritual check, I see, beloved. Do me a favor real quick, you guys. Type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Let me see how many. That part right there, Aquarian Goddess, that part right there. I just claim my energy. I don't claim anything else. I don't do all the numbers and all of that. Pastor Tony, what's up, beloved? Joshua, I see you. Lord of the Rings, I see you, beloved. Again, for all of you guys inside of the Mindset Masters community,
Monica, I appreciate you, love. For all of you guys in the Mindset Masters community, the piece, this detachment piece is next level. I'll be putting it in the chat for you guys, and I would love to have you guys weigh in on what you pull from it, right? What stood out to you the most. For anyone that's new, welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness, emotional intelligence. My goal, my purpose in life is to help you to discover yours. That's my purpose. Your purpose may be something completely different, and that's something that we can start the journey to discover if you don't currently know what your purpose is, and that's fine. Rich, I got you, beloved. Queen, I got you, beloved. It's I've been coaching for over 2 decades now. I've been a secret weapon for a lot of people. And for me, I'm quiet, I'm laid back. I'm super activated when I'm on this live stream because I'm here with my family, I'm here with my students, and this is how we grow, this is how we build, this is how I'm able to pour unconditional love into them. But behind the scenes, I'm super low key. I've coached some of the top celebrities, top athletes, UFC fighters, doctors, lawyers, you name it, and again, my purpose in life is just to help you to discover yours. And once you unlock your purpose, then you go out in the world and you do what you need to do. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? This book is, it's really just the instruction manual to who you are. People will tell you that life doesn't come with an instruction manual, but self-awareness is the instruction manual to life. People just kept it from us, and they kept it from us. It makes sense. I'm just be honest with you guys. It makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense I wouldn't want people to know that. I wouldn't want people to know how to become this powerful, because you can't control the person that's self-aware. The self-aware person cannot be controlled at all. Because they're not looking for anything from anyone. They're fully self-contained. You can't control the self-aware person. There's nothing you can take from them because everything they get comes from God. So they're not afraid to lose anything. And so you got a world filled with people that are awakened. You can't manipulate those people. You can't just sit there and lie to them people. You can lie to sleeping people all day long. You can manipulate sleeping people all day long. You can trick sleeping people all day long. Self-aware people, you can't do that too. And so it makes sense to me why they don't have it in schools. I get that all the time. Coach, why don't they have self-awareness in school? Self-awareness should be the number one thing taught in schools over math, over science, over history, and all these other things like that. Why? Because I need to understand me. What's the point in me pouring history on top of me and pouring science on top of me and other than reading? Reading should be first, because obviously I got to be able to consume the information. But after reading, the number one thing I should be taught is emotional intelligence, self-mastery, self-awareness, so that I know how to go out and I know how to master myself. I know how to not shut down emotionally and become depressed and want to hurt myself when I get bullied. I know how to not assign expectations to people. I know how to move through the world and understand that reality is neutral. Self-awareness should be taught in every school, on every corner, and it makes sense why it's not. Self-awareness has been around before the Bible. Double down on the before word, because the Bible was written by people who were awakened. The Bible was written by people who were self-aware. They were writing about what they discovered. They were writing about who they had become. That's how we got it. And then people got a hold of it and started to edit things that they didn't want you to know, started to remove information that they didn't want you to know, and started to give you the watered down version of the information, so that way you would never be able to connect the dots. So I get it now. I get it now. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I get it. I get it. People don't want you to know this. People don't want you to know this. So,
So I get it. I'm not blaming anyone. I get it. I get it, because you're more powerful than any book ever written. You come from the mind of God. The book comes from the mind of man. All books come from the mind of man. You come from the mind of God. So you tell me which one is more powerful. Your church comes from the mind of man. You come from the mind of God. So you tell me which one is more powerful. I just need you to tell me which one. So when you start to understand all books, if it's written, it comes from a regular person. If it's in print form, it comes from a person. Turn your awareness up. Don't let your wounds speak for you right now. It's just important for us to understand that all books, mine included, all of them, all of them. So and that's okay. But when you understand self-awareness and you are able to tap into 5D consciousness and you're able to understand just how powerful you are, we don't understand our emotions. We don't understand depression. Depression is your ally. We don't understand anxiety. It's your ally. We don't understand fear. It's your ally. We don't understand doubt. That doubt is just your consciousness holding two conflicting beliefs, and it doesn't know which belief to manifest for you. That's all doubt is. We don't understand that. We don't understand the relationship that we're supposed to have with our past. We don't understand it, right? So we there's all of these things that we don't understand. So we're getting we're getting fed all of this information, but the information doesn't lead you to a deeper understanding of who you are. What's the use of you learning about Christopher Columbus? How does that benefit you today? How does that benefit you? How did you become powerful from that? So it's just crazy. But like I said again, I get it. You got home court right now. That's what I need you to understand. You got home court right now. You got home court right now, which means that it doesn't matter what other people didn't get. It doesn't matter what they didn't get historically. It doesn't matter what all of the other cultures of society didn't receive. God put you in a position to get it. There's a reason why he's giving it to you. Don't fumble the reason. There's a reason why he's putting it in your hands now. All these generations that didn't get it. All these civilizations that have come and went that didn't get it. But you're getting it. Why now? That's the only thing that should be, that's the only thing you should be focused on. Why now? What does he know that maybe I don't know right now? What does God see in you that maybe you don't see in yourself right now? What does he know about your purpose that maybe you have yet to discover? See, that's what's important. Because if you're a chosen one, it's our time period now. This is our time now. We got home court now. Doesn't matter what the Egyptians did. Doesn't matter what the Mayans did. Doesn't matter what the Romans and the Greeks did. None of that matters. What's behind us doesn't matter. What matters is what's in front of us, and what matters is your assignment. Will you answer the assignment? Because the version of you that God has the assignment is not the same version of you that can fulfill it. That's what's so important for us to understand. More than anything else. More than anything else. So again, welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. If you guys are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day, type no in the comments. If you are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day, real quick, type no in the comments. Yeah, that's the most important question in the world, Lynetta. Why now? Why now? Why now? Okay, real quick. So just so you guys know, the free thought of the day is amazing, amazing, amazing. The first reason we created a free thought of the day is just for you to wake up inspired every single day. That's reason number one. Reason number two is to wake up with purpose, right? Because everything has a compounding effect. So, even if you don't join my Mindset Masters community and you're just getting the free thought of the day every single day, you're just consistently making those deposits, which will ultimately compound. And then before you know it, you're ready to, take your life to the next level. The third reason is, the free thought of the day is designed to help you to unlock your inner greatness. Greatness is something that, greatness is something that you are the human manifestation of. But sometimes when your trauma's online, your ego's online, your pain is online, your shadow's online, those things can cause us to not be able to tap into our greatness because we build an identity around our pain. So that's really what the free thought of the day is all about. If you guys are ready, just copy and paste the link that Tara has pinned to the screen right there. Again, copy and paste that link. You're going to absolutely love the free thought of the day. It's something that you most definitely don't want to miss. Copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser. It will take you to receive the free thought of the day. Do it real quick. One thing I tell you guys about weight is weight belongs in the gym. Don't ever wait for an opportunity for you to become better than you are in this moment. Those are the times you should never wait. So take advantage of and it's going to come to you guys via email, right? So again, copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser, and it'll take you to get signed up for the free thought of the day. And you're going to absolutely love it. Yeah, the one from today was powerful. Yesterday's was super powerful. Yesterday's was super powerful. Yeah, that part right there, according to God, yeah, do it now and wake up and feel inspired, right? Yeah, that part right there, Silver CEO, that part, they're always just so powerful. I mean, they're just like crazy powerful. They're crazy powerful. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. If you collect enough of those thoughts of the day, you could literally do a whole live stream just on the thoughts of the day. They're that good. They are that good. Alana, what's up, beloved? That it is. What she just said is really it's literally like a mini masterclass. Divine Diva, I see you, beloved. How many of you guys, for some of you guys that again, for you guys, the free thought of the day, you guys just copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser, and it will take you to get the free thought of the day. And you're going to absolutely, absolutely love it. If you're not currently signed up in my private coaching community, type no. If you're not currently a member of the Mindset Masters community, type no real quick. And let me see. Let me see how many of you guys are signed up or not signed up. Let me see. Type no again if you are not currently signed up in. Got it. I think the question is, the subtitle on my book is How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? How powerful are you ready to be? "20 years of coaching has taught me everyone doesn't want to become powerful. We say it, but it's not something that we all want to become. Because becoming it requires letting go of certain things. Becoming it requires me to walk away from certain things. Becoming it requires discipline and consistency and accountability and walking away from that toxic relationship that's draining me that I won't let go of, and walking away from certain things that no longer add value to me, and walking away from certain things that no longer serve me. And my procrastination is going to have to go. My excuses are going to have to go. We all claim to want to become the most powerful version of ourselves. We want that life, but we just don't want to transform ourselves into the person that we need to become in order to achieve it. It's like people say, I want to become a millionaire, but you don't want to do what the millionaire does. You don't want the long nights when no one else is clapping. You don't want the discipline. You don't want the grind. You don't want the hustle when it doesn't seem like things are going to go the way you need them to. We don't want that. See, we want the life. We want the house and the cars. That's why you marvel at other people's greatness. You don't marvel at other people's greatness because of something that they're doing. You marvel at other people's greatness because it's a window into what you're not doing. It's a window into what lives in you, but you're not willing to unlock that window. Anything you see someone else doing is a window into what you have the potential to do or become. It's just a window. That's why you marvel at it. Because what you're really looking at in the person is also something that lives in you. And so I'm blown away by how many people have untapped potential in them, but they won't unlock it. They won't go after it. They're so comfortable settling for who they almost could have become. So comfortable with that. But you'll spend hours watching your favorite celebrity live the life that you're capable of living, but won't love yourself enough to live it. Won't discipline yourself enough to live it. Mind-blowing to me. That's what 20 years of coaching has taught me. Everyone says they want to be great until they find out what greatness requires. Everyone says they want to become powerful until they figure out what becoming powerful really requires. Then all of a sudden, oh, I don't really want it that bad, and I'll wait till next week, and I'll wait till next year, and I'll wait, and I'll wait. Wait broke the bridge. And everybody who was on that bridge fell in the water. So it's mind-blowing to me. We settle for less than we deserve. What about the price of that? Stay in the relationships that don't serve you. What about the price of that? Going to that job that you don't love anymore. What about the price of that? The pain that's still online that you ain't healed from. What about the price of that? All of the trips to the pharmacy. What is that costing you? See, you don't pay attention. You don't factor in that price. You factor in the price of what it's going to cost you, but you don't factor in the price of what it costs you to remain the same. And that's what's mind-blowing to me. So going back to my original question, how powerful are you ready to become? Because I'm going to tell you right now, self-awareness is not for the weak. That version of you that likes to procrastinate, that version of you you got to get a divorce from that version of you. The version of you that makes excuses, you got to get a divorce from that version of you. The version of you that tolerates less than you deserve, you have to get a divorce from that version of you. So it requires things. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. Becoming great requires you walking away from everything that's currently making you weak. That's what 20 years of coaching has taught me. And not everybody wants to do that. Some people are comfortable settling for mediocrity. Some people are comfortable settling for less than they deserve. Some people are comfortable leaving this earth and never discovering the version of themselves that God created them to be. That is the greatest tragedy in human history. Not death, just you never discovering who you could have become. No tragedy greater than that one. No loss greater than that one. Let me tell you what real pain is. Real pain is when your spirit arrives back to God and you figure out what you never became. God is going to show you what you never became. He's going to show you all of the people that you didn't impact. He's going to show you all of the lives that you didn't change because of what you settled for. He's going to show you that. And there won't be a pain greater than that one. How powerful are you ready to become? So my coaching community, it's called Mindset Masters. What we do is in the title. You know, it's about self-mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, you unlocking your greatness, you stepping into your full potential, you becoming the greatest version of yourself, the strongest version of you, the most confident version of you, the most fearless version of you, the version of you that doesn't settle for less, that doesn't show up small, that doesn't edit yourself to enter certain rooms, that doesn't cling to people and all these attachments, to the version of you that understands what every single feeling and emotion is and why they show up, and the fact that they're all just data. They're all just the check engine lights to who you are. The version of you that understands that your spirit is here on a mission, not to chase people, not to chase validation. It's here on a mission. It has a mission and a purpose. And once you become spiritually aligned, you'll fully understand that. Does that mean that we don't have relationships? No. Does that mean that we don't entertain things? No. Does that mean that we don't take vacations and do all the fly things in life? Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you step into your purpose, everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary. Nothing is more important because your purpose is the only reason why you were created. There's no other reason. We all have one. It's already in you. We just have to unlock it. And you unlock it through self-awareness, discipline, emotional intelligence, self-mastery, self-awareness, and consistency. The combination of all of that is the key, or the lock is the key that unlocks the greatness that's already in you. You already have it. You don't need to look for it because you're already in possession of it. But it needs to become unlocked. So having said that, the community comes with 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. I'll be coaching you the entire time. You're going to have access to all of my live streams, like the one you're watching right now. You're going to, and the great thing about that is you can pause, you can rewind, you can take notes, you can do everything you need to do. You're also going to have access to my podcast, which is exclusive to the community. That's important because if you like to go on walks, you like to be out in nature, or you have to commute to work, or you fly a lot, you travel, whatever it is you do, you can always just pop in a podcast, and then it's kind of just like having me on the fly, right? So you're always taking in the medicine and the awareness. Also, you guys are going to have access to what I write every single day, which is super important because we all learn in a multitude of different ways, right? And lastly, when you guys get signed up today, you're going to receive a copy of my book today, right? The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? You're going to get this book today. You're also going to receive my e-course, right? The Fearless Mindset, because it's the perfect companion to the book. So you're going to get both today. The entire community is $29 a month, no contracts, no obligations. We are cheaper than therapy. We are more powerful than therapy. And that's why we have therapists in our community, number one. The community is going to transform you into the most powerful version of yourself. We've got tons of people that have become life coaches through the community. We've got tons of people that have become authors through the community. Speakers through the community, content creators through the community, not because they came in looking to be that, but because you're going to become so strong, so confident, so powerful that you're going to want to express that power in a multitude of different ways. And that's what's ultimately going to happen for you.
Aside from that, that's pretty much it. Type me in the comments if you guys are ready to become the most powerful version of yourself. But if you are comfortable remaining who you are, I get it too. I get it. So you guys just copy and paste that link, you guys. Yeah, great. I appreciate that, Lob. Copy and paste that link, you guys. Hold it down for like 3 seconds, put it inside your browser, and then it'll take you guys to the community to get signed up. Again, copy and paste the link, put it inside your browser. Sharon, I see, beloved. Thank you. And it'll take you to the community to get signed up. Wynette, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, and watch the community tutorial for you guys that are getting signed up today. May, thank you so much, beloved. Watch the community tutorial. Remember, you guys, I'll be putting everything in the community for you guys. Watch the community tutorial, please, whatever you guys do. Because it's gonna just help you to understand how to navigate the community. Trish, you said you've been woke since the book. I love it. I love it. I love it, beloved. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, you're welcome, beloved. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Trish, you said 2 years. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh man, yeah, we jamming. Spiritual being, what's up, beloved? Real quick, you guys. How many of you guys have like a book in you? How many of you guys feel like you've got a book in you? Maybe you don't know how to get the book out to the world. Maybe you want to write a book. Yassi, what's up, beloved? Maybe you want to write a book, but you just haven't. You don't know how. You don't know where to go. You don't know where to turn. Spiritual being, you got a whole series in you. You really the one. You got a whole series in you. So for all of you guys, I'm so serious when I say that. She's on a whole different level with her awareness. So for all of you guys that type me, you know, because generational wealth is already in you. Some of you guys are probably carrying a bestseller in you right now. Your thing is that you don't know where to start, you don't know where to go, you don't know who to turn to, or you may just want a digital course, right? Meaning some e-course that you can create one time and just let it make money for you online while you sleep, while you work, while you this, while you that. For all of you guys that are that typed me in the comments, what I want you guys to do is, I don't know if she's on here still. Silver CEO, where are you, beloved? Okay, yeah, Tara's got it. Tara's got it. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is copy and paste, not copy and paste, I'm so sorry. Text awaken, just as you see it, all caps, text awaken to that number. And when you text awaken to that number, it's going to send you a link. When it sends you a link, click the link, get signed up. And that way they have your information and everything like that. And then for you guys now, the Silver CEO and Coach Alana are going to help you guys get your first book out there, help you get that first digital course out there, help you gain AI mastery. They are phenomenal at what they do. I could make the argument that they are the best at what they do, because so many people are published and on Amazon right now because of them, period. And that's going to be a reward. There's a feeling that's going to come from that. There's a feeling, because you probably been on Amazon 100 times. There's a feeling that's going to come when you're able to go on Amazon and see your book there. And I can't tell you what that's going to feel like for you, because I can tell you what it felt like for me.
But when you go on Amazon and you see Amazon carrying your book, there's a feeling that comes with that, beloved, that not too many things can give you. Wilder, I know you know, beloved. There's just a feeling that comes with that. There's a feeling that comes with that. So again, you guys can direct message. You guys can direct message the Silver CEO directly, or you can just text that number, right? You can text the number, and let's get you signed up. Let's get your book out to the world. Let's get your digital products out to the world. Because my thing is this: think about it. When you go to work, okay, you work 8 hours, you work 10 hours, whatever your thing is, okay, and then you leave. Okay, but once you leave, the money stops. The job isn't paying you anymore. Okay, so let's create some digital products that even when you leave the job, the digital products are still performing for you because they don't need a break. They don't need to take a lunch. They don't need to take paid vacations. They don't need to take days off. They don't get sick. They don't get tired, right? These are things that are happening 24 hours, 7 days a week. Holidays, Christmases, Thanksgiving, you checking your account and your digital products are out there doing what they do, right? So that's important to understand. And that's what they're going to help you guys to be able to accomplish. So and if you're out of the country, just DM the Silver CEO directly if you're in a different country right now and you're listening to us. But aside from that, you guys are rocking and ready to go. I'm super proud of you guys. You are in the best hands in the world with respect to someone that can help you create the passive income, someone that can help you create sleep coin, someone that can help you get your first book on Amazon. They are masters at what they do. Period. Full stop. Yeah, she's gonna turn your blank slate into a masterpiece. She's gonna take whatever that pain is, whatever that suffering is, whatever that story is in you, whatever that thing is in you, and she's gonna help you turn that bad boy into a masterpiece. It's gonna blow your mind. I've seen it too many times. Okay, so aside from that, thank you guys to our beloved Tara. Thank you so much for holding us down and keeping the lines clean and keeping all of the negative energy out of the community. Silver CEO, Alana, thank you guys for being what you guys are for us every single day, what you are for our community, what you are for all of the people that have already arrived in the Amazons of the world. Thank you guys so much for that. Because you guys, you make it a full circle experience for people that would never have this experience if it were not for you. And other than that, I will see tomorrow's Friday, you guys. So let's show up and show out. We've had a great week. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Lynn, I'll see you, beloved. You guys stay powerful, stay prayed up. Should have done some decent.